And we're live. Very good. All right, so we are going to be playing some D&D, and we've got a packed house. This is probably one of our biggest sessions ever as far as the amount of players we've got, which is okay. It's going to be nice.
Yeah.
So quick brief. Links to everything going on over at a Mighty Beard. Well, actually, agentsofbeard.com. You can go there now. Forward you to the same site because I am procrastinating hardly on getting the new site up. I don't know why, but yeah, a lot of stuff there. Links to where we stream, so the YouTube, Twitch channels, as well as the podcast. There's a podcast version which is trimmed down some, mainly to get rid of a bunch of the spaces, as well as like the breaks, cuts off the intro, like what we're doing right now, and yeah, just kind of trims off the fat. But it's usually taking like a 3-hour session. It's cutting it down to about 2.5 hours ish. So it's not that much being cut. But okay, so yes, we are playing D&D. We're playing D&D 5e. This is a shared campaign. West Marches-esque, I guess. That's how it started. But it's more or less a shared campaign. We've got 3 different groups that are in and around our homebrewed world that we've got here, and doing different things. So today we're going to be down in Sydund with members of the Unorthoblocks SMP. It's a Minecraft YouTube group, and yeah. And I think we're just waiting for Iondas. But if you're here. And we Iondas is also streaming, which is it's going to be interesting. We'll see what takes place. All right, so Iondas is still gone, so I won't get into the full introduction yet because that's what we're waiting on.
Shall we talk about some nonsense while we wait?
I was just gonna be silent, but we can talk about whatever. No, we can talk about whatever.
We shall sit here in silence and contemplate our life choices.
You know what? I do that very often. Generally, it just comes out to being disappointed.
I try not to. I really try not to. Anybody excited about the D&D movie?
I am looking forward to seeing it, actually. It's really
good.
Yeah, I'm not really big into like actually going to the movies. So I'll wait till it's
the same.
Available.
The samesies. I will find it on a streaming platform somewhere, I'm sure.
Is it going to be better than the movie where with The Rock and Karen Gillan and whoever else? What was that? Jumanji? Basically D&D, right?
I mean, yeah, to a degree.
Yeah, sort of.
The trailer looked really good. Other than that, I don't know.
The issue though with that type of medium is it's like it's a mixture of people. So what I hear is it was previewed at South by Southwest, and a majority of the people there never played D&D, and they weren't D&Ders, right? And they liked it. It got a lot of good feedback. But on the D&Der side, it's gonna be hated. It's gonna be hated, it's mostly gonna be hated because it's and we've already seen it from the trailers that the druid can't turn into an owlbear, and just rules and mechanics and it not following the full gist.
Also, D&D players, just as a group, just as a subsect of the internet, tend to be a real picky bunch in general. I've noticed we are a little snooty. Not to call us out or anything, but we are.
It's fandom.
I'm about to say there's a section of every fandom that's this way.
Pro wrestling has the same issue.
Either I have cut out.
Pro wrestling has the same issue in that they hate everything, but they still watch every week. So Reddit is just full of this,
so you mean the Bachelorette as well?
Terrible. I'm sure. I probably. Bex, I think, has lost audio, so we're waiting for her to get back.
Something happened.
She just couldn't take Iondas coming back, and
that's understandable.
Well, it is a full Discord, so it might have been Iondas came back and it kicked Bexil off. That's possible.
Hi. Can y'all hear me?
Hi.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know what happened, but Discord cut out for me. But I'm back. Hi.
I blame B.E.A.R.D and Craig.
Sure.
Okay.
All right. So, all right. Well, enough vamping, I guess. I guess we can go ahead and get started. Hello, everyone in the live chats, including over on Iondas' side. We're gonna be playing some D&D today, and we're playing 5th edition. It's a shared campaign. There's 3 different groups that are running around in various different parts of the continent that we have here, and but basically everyone's got a backstory that ties them into the setting in some fashion, but at the same time everyone's got like these personal stories that we're starting to tie into, but there's a lot of mystery here because it's mostly an unexplored continent. No one's really gone up to the north. The south, which is where we're going to be, we're being in Sydund, it is mostly unexplored. The bearded jungles is mostly unexplored. And the mountains for sure. But basically about 20-ish years ago, settlers had come and landed over in Easton. And over those 20 years, word was sent out, so more settlers have come, and over the last 2 years they've started to expand out. So basically the year was called the Expanse. So we set up a little hub on the western coast called Whitmore, northern coast Nordland, and then southern coast which is Sydund. And these little tiny hamlets and villages have kind of sprung up in between on the major roads. The capital was also set up about a year ago, Hovestad, and that's where a lot of the government and a lot of the higher end guilds are starting to move into, but just one of those things where it's going to take a bit of time. So most things are still run out of Easton, but the hope is eventually soon all the central government and guilds and all that sort of good stuff is going to be run out of Hovestad. Today, though, we are going to be in Sydund, and we've got a little place on the map here. This is burial mounds that were located by DRACO, Shinichi, Moira, and Svamp, who are with us tonight. They located the burial mounds when they were out trying to find survivors that had gotten separated from their caravan. The caravan was going from Sydund to Camp Mellum Clatern, and it was known that there were 2 survivors. They went out and searched and found them not alive. But before we get into that, just because I know we're kind of introducing this to a new audience over on Iondis' side. By the way, my name is Mighty Beard. I don't know if I said that. Hi. This party is made up of DRACO, Moira, Shinichi, Svamp. They'll go in and introduce themselves soon. Actually, let's do that now. Who's playing tonight? First of all, we've got DRACO. Say hello.
Hello, I'm Sunbear. I'm playing DRACO, the Drake-shaped Warforge. He is very excited for all the things that are happening. He just wants to help his guild and protect the people of the continent. And there are many odd things going on about him for a Warforge, but we will see more in the future.
Yes, he is a newborn, sort of. Just got turned on recently.
He's a very good puppy.
About a month ago.
Yeah, but what Warforged, but shaped like a drake, modeled after a drake, so a dragon-esque type thing.
Dragon without the wings, but yes.
Yeah, without, yeah. And next up we have Moira.
Yes. Sorry. Making sure I have everything up at the same time. I am Moira Iondis, aka, and I play the half-elf Mark of the Storm sorcerer here that's a little money hungry, but is on the run from a lot of stuff. And I've been with these peeps for what we said it was like 2 or 3 months now. Except for DRACO being the new addition, and then, of course, Loon as well being very new.
Correct. Yes, we have been playing since the first of Alesis, and today would be the next month, but the 28th day of Elaine. So we're using the Harptos calendar from Forgotten Realms. But yes, just under 2 months, but almost there. All right, next up we have Loon, be very vague.
No, that's a way to start this.
So just introduce yourself, and then we'll get to your characters soon enough.
Hello, peoples of the interwebs. My name is the Lunatic, and I'm playing the mysterious, but vague, but who knows what Salix.
Incredibly vague.
Yes,
I mean, that's
first
not as
time ever.
vague in general as you can get.
It's my first time ever playing D&D, so this is going to be fun.
Much excited.
Next up we have Shinichi.
Yes. Hello, my name is Spiderhearts. I am playing Shinichi. I am a half-elf bard, and Shinichi believes that it is his destiny to be the greatest rock star in all the land.
And last but not least of our party for tonight is Svamp. Say hello.
Hi. My name is Beckzilla, and I am playing Svamp, the Furbolg Circle of Spores druid, who has an insane curiosity for the natural world. And whenever something does not meet up with her expectation for how the natural world works, she kind of becomes frenzied and must figure out why it does not meet her expectations, and has an extreme love for mushrooms.
So if this is your first time tuning in, we are on session number 31. And we live stream all of these. Again, I'm turning them all into podcasts so that you can listen to a truncated version, which is a little bit easier to manage. But yes, the story so far. There's also a video called "The Story So Far," which I think was made. I don't know when it was made. June.
I guess like a
July?
dozen years ago.
But I think that was about like halfway through where we actually were in the story. But this story is being told collaboratively. A lot of it is improv. In that, for me, I am presenting scenarios and letting the party's decisions and things they say to kind of direct where things go. But overall, yeah, we're writing this story as we go. So there's no official end game at this point. We'll see where things go. This party though, of Moira, Shinichi, and Svamp started off in Easton, and they did a small job over in Wycliffe, another small job over in Jagged Grove. Well, actually, probably. I mean, at this point, probably not a small job, I guess. But yes, uncovered a parts of the story that are now being referenced once again. So Wycliffe, they met some bullywugs who were squatting in an old abandoned watchtower. Later on, and by later on I mean session Halloween.
Yeah.
Session 22, the Pumpkin Town Festival. It was realized that those bullywugs were actually Fae, and that they had traveled here through the Feywild gates, but those gates had been closed. So they're actually trapped here. And those gates, I think, have been closed for a number of years now. So maybe like at least 5. I can't recall offhand how long they've been closed.
I'm really glad we didn't murder them.
Yeah, yes, it was good that you didn't murder them after all. Jagged Grove, they were investigating a meteor that had fallen, just because there was a guy in King's Den known as the Seer, Sage of the Stars, Luft Crofter. He had a vision that something bad was happening in Jagged Grove, so they went to investigate, and yeah, some evil creatures had basically traveled from the meteor and basically were wrecking the town and taking out people, but they were able to save the day. But after that, the party decided to head down to Easton. Now, at the time, it was the 3, but then also E. E is a orc that's played by Hidden Cryptid. So he was a part of the first 2 sessions, but did not follow the party down from Easton all the way to Sydund. But yeah, they took a nice little boat ride down. Found a cave filled with quartz. Found a sunken ship, or not sunken, I guess, shipwrecked ship. They've also been involved in some undead attacks on the city, so they were able to keep away undead that were attacking the city in Sydund. It's a ongoing occurrence, but now they might be on the track of uncovering where these undead are coming, because after their ship ride and Storm Island type stuff, now they are here at the burial mounds, and have already we've already spent 2 sessions on it. So this is part 3. But so far have interacted with some undead. Basically, the burial mounds, there's just a ton of them, and some could just be sand dunes. But what they've discovered is that at least the ones that they found so far are ancient tombs, and in those tombs are dead bodies, and some of those dead bodies are come to life as undead and have attacked them. the other piece of the story is not just that there's undead, but there is a large Warforged-like creature that has been spotted both in Hovestad, underneath Hovestad in the Hovestad is Sinking, part 1 and part 2, that little mini series that we did, but also popped up in Sydund at these burial mounds. And yeah, basically when they went out to find the survivors that were separated from their caravan, they found those 2 survivors in one of these ancient tombs, being carried by this large machine. But they were dead, and they were basically impaled onto this creature. This creature had a bunch of spikes on it, and yeah, it wasn't just their bodies, though. It appeared to be ransacking some of the sarcophaguses here and taking the dead bodies and impaling him. And unfortunately, they weren't able to track down where it was going because it had left in through a teleportation circle. But this is where we are. We are here at the burial mounds, and you guys are investigating. So there were 2 sessions of that. However, not all of you were a part of those sessions, so we're going to do a little bit of downtime. We'll start off with Shinichi. Shinichi?
Yes.
You had a kind of crazy 2 days. On the 20th day of Lent, you had ventured out to locate these 2 survivors. Somehow, you were transported. Not to where you thought you were going, but somewhere else. And to bring everyone who's, again, first-time watcher, we have teleportation stones, which basically are given to members of the Adventurers Guild. And it basically will allow them to travel wherever they are needed. So anyone who has been transported to Sydund is brought over through these teleportation stones. There is a teleportation circle at the burial mounds, so anyone who's going out to investigate can easily transport to the mounds without having to traverse the desert to get there. The few-hour journey to get out there. This was the first time that you guys had interacted with this transportation stone, and there was a mishap, and you were sent to Pumpkin Town. And Pumpkin Town,
yes, Pumpkin Town
was enjoying the celebration of the Harvest Festival, but you partook in an event that was kind of like a talent show of sorts. You're a bard. Your goal is to become the greatest rock star ever, and so you performed, and you did so well, so much so that you were crowned the first ever king of Pumpkin Town.
Hail to the king, baby.
First ever? That's the history books, man.
But the issue is you weren't able to really celebrate it for too long. Actually, I think you were only in Pumpkin Town for another 20 minutes or so.
Yep.
So as everyone was leaving the tent, Moira was there. Moira and Shinichi, you guys we're going back towards the center of town. The center of town has this old teleportation circle that is there that no one knew was active until that day. But again, magic crazy, you were transported back into Sydund. So that was the 20th day of Lent. But yeah, that's a lot to take in. There was a lot that you uncovered at the burial mounds that day, the first day that you guys were out there. Sandstorm survivors trying to find these people, return them back home. And it's unfortunate you couldn't. But yeah, you saw some dead bodies. I believe you saw some undead, but I can't recall now. But then the Pumpkin Town thing. I mean, mixed emotions, I would imagine. Your night of the 21st. So that was your first night actually back to being able to relax. You had a lot going on in your head, and so much so that you slept in. So on the 22nd day of Lent, that is when the party went back out to investigate the burial mounds. You weren't available. You slept in. You were up all night thinking about what had occurred at Pumpkin Town, and but also the potential consequences of that. So on one hand, again, huge gain for you. You wanted to travel the continent to be the biggest rock star of the land. Boom, king of Pumpkin Town. But on the other hand, you are from Whitmore, and Whitmore is only a day's journey from Pumpkin Town. You've got some contacts there. You've got some family there, and yeah, it's likely word travels. Word travels pretty quickly, and one person in particular I think you had on your mind, and that was someone you have named the Duke, who you had somewhat of a bad interaction with.
Yes. I said some things. I made jokes about his nose, and yeah, that didn't go well.
Not the nose.
Yeah, the Duke.
To be fair, he does have a big nose.
Yeah, the Duke is has a bit of pull in Whitmore, and as does your family. And any kind of conflict is definitely a bad situation, but apologizing probably wouldn't be enough, because he does have a big nose. I mean, like, why would you apologize for that? Stating facts. But at the same time, yeah, it puts you in a bad spot. So you left. That was a few years ago, though. However, now that you were just in Pumpkin Town, pretty confident that the Duke is still in Whitmore. So if news travels fast that you were nearby, it could be a bad time for you. So I know that's on your mind.
Yes, that is on my mind.
So while the party went out to investigate the burial mounds you had performed in Sydund at the Adventurers Guild, once they had come back from that, you were aware that they were going to have some downtime themselves. So yeah, you kind of just took some time to relax. You did play at the guild hall 3 nights in a row, actually. During those 3 nights, you earned 10 gold, 8 silver,
Sweet,
and 27 copper.
Making bank over there.
10 gold, 8 silver, and 27 copper. I guess I should preface this. We did. This is going to come out in the podcast feed. But we did some behind the scenes downtime just to kind of help summarize some of this. But yes, these were based on rules. Besides playing 3 nights in a row and earning cash, you also had the opportunity to attempt to connect with the barmaid, who seemed to have interest in you. So what you were able to find out is her name is Jasmine. She's a halfling. Been in Sydund for about 6 months. And she came from Easton. Wanted to break from how busy and crowded Easton was, and wanted to get out of the crowds for a bit, go somewhere new. So that's why she's down in Sydund. Money isn't as good, but it's less noisy, less crowded, less full feeling. She likes the quiet, though not really into the weather, per se.
Yeah, it is a little bit, dry and airy around here.
I had you do some other roles too. So during that initial conversation, I would think it'd probably take 2 nights for you to fully be able to talk with her. But you did get the sense that while she seemed truthful in her reasonings for coming down, her not liking the desert heat, being happy in the quiet, you did get a sense that she had maybe other motivations. It just seemed like she paused a bit when explaining why she was down here, like deciding the right words to say. But then when she said what she said, like, it didn't seem like that big of a deal. So you just got the sense that there must be something else going on there.
That's fair.
Would you press her for further information? Like, would you try to figure out what those other motivations are?
I am not. I might like, to be able to continue the conversation. I would probably ask a little bit more and see if she wanted to give me more information. But it's more of the, I want to continue to talk to her and want to see what she says rather than a particular curiosity.
Okay. Well, she doesn't give you much detail. Yeah, she just kind of brushes it off. So she takes the initial moment that you started asking more questions, and takes that opportunity to go to another table to help out. And the more that she comes back to your table, it's a lot of the same. But I'd still think that you would get the sense that, like, there's more to the story here. Another thing that you would notice, though, is that as she's walking around, she's getting she's a barmaid, so she gets called. Like, people shout from other sides of the bar towards her. But one thing you would notice is that she rarely responds to the shouting.
Okay.
There were a few times that you saw her respond, and that the situation there was like there's your table, and then there's like a long table in the center, and they were on the opposite side of the long table from her, as she was walking back from the bar when they shouted. But she seemed to be facing them and kind of acknowledged it. But yeah, she seems to not fully respond directly to people who are shouting. But yes, the only other information you get about Easton is that she just hates it there. She has no interest in going back. Well, you know, it's not ideal here. It's not Easton, so it's okay. But overall, she comes off very confident to you. A bit of a attitude, bit of a smart aleck. That seems to kind of come out as she gets comfortable with people. So it wasn't like the initial thing that you, because she seemed very kind of like timid the first few times that you encountered her, especially when you first got to Sydund. But she definitely seems to be warming up in some way towards you. It's definitely a rapport that's building.
That's good.
So the fourth day, 26th day of Elaine. I would say from your perspective, there's an opportunity here to you know, not just be customer and employee kind of relationship. There might be an opportunity for something else. So how would you go about that?
You know, it might be worth it to take a nice long walk down the beach. You know, take a moment to just kind of get away from the bar and everything like that. It you know, kind of would be a good way to ask if she might like to take some time to just kind of stroll and get to know each other a little bit more than just you know, outside of the restaurant. Did she say, just so that I have it in my notes, what was her name? Did she say what her name was?
Yes.
Oh.
Her name is Jasmine.
Jasmine. Okay. Yeah, so I would definitely want to ask Jasmine if she would like to take a nice stroll down the beach and you know, just kind of take some time away from the hustle and bustle of the Adventurers Guild.
All right. So this is one of the things you rolled, and you got a 6. So her initial response to you is no. She's quite busy.
That's fair.
How would you take that? We'll say like this happens like just after you wrap. I'm sorry. Maybe at the start of dinner, or maybe earlier in the day. You just kind of popped in.
Well, I wouldn't be too bothered about it, to be honest. It was kind of a throwaway, like, I would like to get to know you outside of, you know, the hustle and bustle of the Adventurers Guild, but I understand that, you know, asking the waitress if she would like to hang out is not always, like, gonna work. So I would let it go. and I would just, keep going. Maybe try and talk to her a little bit more whenever she gets a moment. And with respect to whatever she's working on.
Okay, so you would take it pretty well, in that you would stick, like you would stay at the bar for the rest of the night, or the rest of the time that you're there, and just continuing having conversations with her. Correct? Okay.
Yeah, that's correct.
All right. Near the end of the night, she's gonna walk up to you. You're getting ready to head back up, and she's probably got another hour or so left on her schedule. I've got the morning off. I know it would be a breakfast thing, but I usually head to the cliffs to just watch the ocean.
That sounds beautiful.
You'd want to join. If you'd want to join, you can meet me there.
Okay. I could do that. Yeah, I would be happy to definitely do that.
Okay. So again, that would be like right as you're leaving the bar, like the actual tavern part of the guild hall, and then heading towards your room. Anything you would do that night, or anything you would do in the morning before heading out?
Well, I would take a nice bath. I would, make sure that I have the nicest smells on me. Maybe take a look and pick up like a flower, not like a whole bouquet or anything, just like a flower.
Okay. Yes, there is an herbalist that does have flowers in town. Yeah, that would be something you could do for sure. So yes, as you wake up in the morning, 27th day of Elent, you head down to get a like you kind of run out, go to the shop in the market district to try and locate a flower. You find one. As you're heading back, you're gonna get stopped at the guild hall. The secretary of the Adventurers Guild is gonna kind of flag you down and hands you two things. These were dropped off for you. Wanted to catch you before you left, but
thank you.
You'd run out.
Thank you. All right. Take a look at what I got.
First letter. It's not much of a letter. It's like 3 sentences. But it's basically from Gerald, the painter. Just wanted to kind of talk to you sometime today or in the next few days.
Okay.
The other is it's from the village of Walhalla, which is a small hamlet over near Easton. And Walhalla is setting up a music festival. They've got a stage set up, and they're just reaching out to see if they can get people in the community involved. However, you would get the sense here of it took 4 days to get from Pumpkin Town to Walhalla. But yes, they make reference to the King of Pumpkin Town. Would love to have you. It's 25. They're willing to pay 25 gold as a singles act. And if you wanted to bring a band, they could raise that price, but we'd they would negotiate it with you.
Yes.
But yes, there's a
is...
festival. It gives you a date as well.
Oh, that's exciting. Yes, I would like to jump at that chance. Very exciting.
But okay.
You can show her a whole new world.
Oh yes. A whole new world.
Don't no.
Bringing over everyone to the Sydund map. So yes, basically Adventurers Guild, Market District, and the cliffs. The cliffs that Jasmine was referencing was over on the right side of the map, so the eastern cliffs. And as you head out there, you will see her by herself. I think the first thing you would notice is a different vibe, different like she's not wearing her barmaid's outfit, no apron. It's a bit of a sundress, wide brimmed hat to block off the sun. But as you walk up, she's got a little blanket laid out, and on the blanket is a small basket.
Okay, I can approach and be all like trying to be smooth here.
I was so curious what word you were going to use there.
So, yeah, I'm gonna ask, let her know that her dress is very pretty, and ask if I can sit with her.
She turns and looks your way. Seems a little surprised to see you, actually. But smiles. Come sit down. I've got fruit and bread and a little coffee. And she starts to open up the basket and pulls out two coffee cups and a little pot. And then she's got like just rolled up in paper, fruit and bread.
Oh, what a nice little picnic you've got here.
Oh, like I said, it's a breakfast thing. I like to start the morning over here, looking out over the ocean. Nice view.
Mm-hmm. It is a nice view.
As you sit down, you're gonna notice something that you've never seen before. Again, she's wearing a sundress. She's not like fully covered, but you see a scar on her right shoulder. Almost looks like a blade mark. It's that long. It goes probably about 3 inches. And as you kind of lead up from the start of that to the end of it and kind of look back towards her head, you are also going to notice like her right ear is a little disfigured. Similar scar.
Yeah, I guess would I don't know if so the scar the do you I don't want to pry too much and if you don't have to tell me anything, but what happened?
Your final roll on the pre-session was a 21. And it was in charisma. So she kind of like just lets out a sigh and just kind of shakes her head, but takes a sip of the coffee and looks back at the ocean. I got tangled up with the Red Knives in Easton. Had to do some work for them. It was mostly just talk to people and get information. But I made a mistake and was sliced by a customer who figured out who I was working for. That's why I fled to Sydund. It's just wasn't necessary to run, but I just didn't want to be involved anymore.
I understand completely. I'm running as well from my past, and I don't know. I know a bit about Easton and the things that are going on there, but you know, I'm glad that you've been able to find a home here in Sydund.
Context: the Red Knives are a kind of like a network of thieves. Just kind of general bad guys, but not bad enough to have armies sent to them. It's more or less like they just do small crimes. They recently made a name for themselves in Hovestad by helping the Adventurers Guild there catch one of the shifters. And in return, you'd be aware of the news that there's talk amongst the government, the Senate, to potentially legalize or make the Red Knives an official guild. Kind of legitimize them. Well, I was low enough on the totem pole that they've left me alone. I think as long as I stay here, I should be okay. There's been a few members who have come into town since, but my uncle was kind of a higher up in the group, so I should be safe. But what about you? What are you running from? I mean, for someone who's running,
my family.
You sure like to show yourself.
Hey, yeah, that is a thing that I do. Yeah, I was cut off from my family, and I may have made some enemies along the way, from where I came from, but I saw it was a vision, a vision from God or whatever deity, that I was. The vision was that I was to be the greatest rock star in all of the land, and I I believe in the deepest heart of hearts that vision is my destiny, and I cannot. And even though I have people that I have made enemies, and even though I am not the most popular in some places, I believe that I must do this. This is my future. And if I don't do this, then I am doing a disservice to my own future.
I think that's a worthwhile pursuit. But unless you resolve your issues, again, this is something will eventually have to deal with. They'll always be there.
Oh, yes. That. Mm-hmm.
I first told you no, that I didn't want to meet you. Let me explain why. I don't know much about you. I know you're an adventurer. You're part of the guild. But there were some people who had come up looking for you. Been in Sydund over the last few days. And then again, you not hiding makes it easy enough to locate you. But they didn't. I recognize the type of person that they were. And if you're involved in anything, I don't want to be involved.
I understand. I understand completely. And I don't. And if you do not want to be involved, that is totally fine. I was looking for a friend here in Sydund. And I pull out my flower and I kind of give her I like offer it to her and I say, this doesn't have to go any further than this, but let me be a friend.
Well, it's very nice of you. It's a good place to start. But I want you to know that the people that were looking for you definitely came off like the people that I used to hang with. They also seem to be aware of Moira. I don't know what she's involved in, but there's been a lot of conversation that I've been overhearing. And she actually met with one of those people. So I don't know, but who are you running away from? You said family?
There's some there are people in high places out in Whitmore that are looking for me. So and it would surprise me if they had found me here so far. But it's always a possibility that my past has caught up with me a little faster than I thought it would.
Well, not many people put locations on themselves. So it's hard to say. The only group I'm aware that have come out of Whitmore, there's a developer, like a real estate guy, that has sent a few people to scout the western part of the coast here in the deserts. Something about wanting to make some kind of beach resort or something, like a home away from home type of thing.
Yeah,
it seems it seems rather nice idea, but just the weather is just awful for that. But yeah, the person didn't like the main guy didn't come down, but his the people that he had sent down to scout, they had mentioned something about a duke of some sort. I hear he'll be down. I hear he'll be down in the next 10 days or so.
That'll be a problem. Thank you for letting me know. That is going to be a problem.
Oh, that's who you're running? Oh, I'm glad we talked then.
Yes,
Listen,
I'm glad you let me know too.
I don't mean to cut this short. I didn't really give you a time, but I've been out here for a bit, and I need to start getting ready to work.
Yes, go right ahead, huh?
So she's gonna stand up, and she starts to move the like the baskets that she's got. Did you want? Do you want me to leave this here?
With that, I don't. I mean, if you need the food or the.
No.
Or anything.
I'm good. I just didn't know if you were gonna stay any longer.
I may need a bit of time to contemplate what my next move is, but yeah, I can. I'll bring your basket back. We'll see each other at the Adventurers Guild.
All right. Well, thank you. Sorry to cut it short. But she is gonna. Are you sitting or standing?
I'm sitting.
She's gonna lean down and give you a kiss on your cheek. Don't stay too long. I know my brother Gerald was wanting to meet with you. And then she's just gonna walk away.
Oh yes, thank you.
Okay. So as she walks away, what do you think?
I am disappointed that you know, in terms of a friendship is good. I like friendship. I realize that, you know, it's probably not going to go any further than a friendship with her, which is fine. And then the next piece is the Duke, and the Duke is going to be a problem. So I'm definitely gonna look at trying to leave Sydund soon. And then the third thing is you know, Gerald and Valhalla. So I don't stay long here. I pick up the whatever picnic was left there, and I'm gonna head over to Gerald to talk to him.
Okay, well, to confirm, It seemed like her issue was she didn't want to be involved with those types of people that she fled from. And now she's seeing those types that are now looking for you. So are you involved? That sort of thing. And so if there's issues that have those types of people around, she doesn't want to be involved. But if you resolve that, it could change.
Fix your issues. You might get a girlfriend.
Run away from the Duke forever. It's more funny.
Right.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I am not entirely sure. Shinichi might have to rub two brain cells together in order to
Not the
figure out
two.
how to fix fix his issues.
Oh no.
He might be more...
the thing with Gerald, what he's interested in is he's got a relative that lives out in Pumpkin Town, has heard the news, and he's got this painting of you and sees it as an opportunity, and is just looking for your blessing to send reprints, maybe some other pieces that he was working on, to make some extra coin.
I love it. Yes, I am all for this.
You keep making very bad decisions.
Yeah.
Or someone on the run,
to stay hidden. Send my photo everywhere.
Do it.
Let's stay hidden. Let me give all the biggest rock concerts I can where I'm shown.
So
That might be why.
Yes.
Oh no.
so that's 27th day of Elate, at least the morning, early afternoon. But as you head back in looking at assignments, you're aware that your party should be returning soon. And the plan let me look at that. Yeah, the plan as it stands right now is that they're going to head back out in the morning. So might be a good opportunity for you to reconnect with everyone else.
Oh, that's
but yes, overall, overall, you got a date with Jasmine. Seems reluctant, but she did kiss you, so who knows?
Yes.
But yes, you've got a bit of an issue with the Duke, maybe coming to town pretty soon, and some of the same type of people that are looking for you. You would have been made aware that they're also looking for Moira, and actually talk with Moira. But yes.
Talk? I don't talk about this. What?
Your name is spreading pretty quickly.
Apparently.
In a good way. So yes, Shinichi, a mixed sandwich of the good and bad over these few downtime days. DRACO.
Yes.
DRACO, you also had 7 days of downtime.
Lovely.
Came back the same time that Shinichi did. And but instead of hanging out with people, you spent a majority of your time in your little forge setup that was put in place inside of the market district for you.
Yes, I did.
Because last time you had picked up a suit of plate armor.
Is this correct?
And a crown. So seeing if there's ways to use that to integrate with yourself. This would be a good time to just try it out.
Yes. So what had happened was DRACO had realized that, hey, dying sucks. So he was looking for ways to increase his survivability. He saw the plate armor, opportunity shined, and he went, you know what? That looked good on me. So using the plate armor that we took from the skeleton knight or whatever he was, that Draco frankly never saw till the very end, because he was busy making tools for the right job.
Sledgehammer,
yeah, which I think Moira is still carrying.
Probably.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I took it back to my forge, and using it, I basically tore my body apart and put it together back again, using that armor to reinforce myself and make myself a whole lot less likely to be hurt.
Yeah.
And while doing that, if I remember right, I infused it with my arcane armor so that I could use it as a spell focus and make it so no matter what, even though it's technically integrated into my body and removing it would hurt, it cannot be removed without my will.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and that did beef you up quite a bit.
Yes.
Yeah, you were no longer squishy, though, I mean, you're made out of metal, so it was never squishy, but you're weak. Yeah, little short on the defenses.
You're a little puppy.
But this bumped you up. I mean, the metal that this was made out of, it was just super, super durable. Take a hit. And yeah, that whole thing took about 3 days to do. You know, some time to just kind of investigate it and play around with it, and then rebuilding yourself with it.
Yes.
Plus then doing your spells. But after the 3 days, you received a notification that there was someone in town that was looking for you.
Yes.
And once you seeked out this person, it was made clear that this had to do with the little research project that you had going. Not through the Records Guild, but you had just asked for a gem of some kind that you could use. So something that would be very valuable. And
yes,
the price that you had dropped was 100 gold. That's just what you wanted.
Yes. Yes, I
something
asked for
that type of value.
Yes, preferably something like a ruby or a sapphire worth 100 gold. Yes.
So as you went outside, you found this person, and you guys took a bit of a walk. His name was Reed, and introduced him as a merchant of Easton, or a merchant out of Easton, but seemed to know you. Made references to being one of the ones that started to like basically took you in before shipping you out to Sydund.
Yeah.
Gave you the gem, the 100 gold ruby.
Yes.
Said it wasn't too much of an issue to pick up. And came down to see how you were doing, how you were acclimating to being an adventurer, being down in the sand. But refused to take your money.
He did do that.
Because there were two things. There were two things that he wanted from you. I know you had gone to Storm Island. It was a cave.
Yes, Merchant Reed.
You had mentioned that just having this uncontrollable desire. to have those crystals?
Yes, it
Well,
was
I have a theory.
It was a.
And why then?
Please share with me.
Well, the crystal that was found there were a few sailors that salvaged some and were able to bring it to the Easton, and when it was studied, definitely had some interesting powers to it, or at least functional uses. Things that definitely we have seen affect Warforged in the same way. I'm involved in taking in Warforged and sending them out. There are needs at times to repair. We don't really have the manpower to do it, but I have seen potential uses for this.
Very well. Can you explain more to me, please?
Well, that's the thing. I can't. There's not enough known about it. The samples that they brought weren't enough to study. So I don't want your gold for the ruby. I need you to head back to the cave on Storm Island and collect more of those crystals so that we can really see what they can do.
This unit must admit he is apprehensive to return to the place of his near demise. But given my recent upgrades, I will need to discuss with my allies who might be of assistance with this quest so that it might be done with less morbid endings.
Well, I totally understand your apprehensions. Dealing with those emotions, especially for the first time, is difficult. And this is all above board. So we'll go through the Adventurers Guild and make a record of it. It's not like I'm asking you to do something contrary to that. So yes, take anyone that you wish to take with you.
This is appreciated.
Yes, but I'm looking for at least a pound or two.
Very well. Very well. I shall endeavor to obtain at least a pound worth of the quartz or crystals.
Let me be a bit more transparent with you. We don't know enough about this crystal, but it shares some of the same, well, not necessarily material, but what makes you run. That energy that's in you. It carries something that's very similar to it. Could be the same thing. But we need to study it more, which would explain why you were attracted to it.
DRACO just stares at him for a second, then stares down at his claws and at his chest, feeling the energy through him and just thinking about it. Looking back up at Reed, he goes, I understand. I will accept this quest.
It will be very useful in our future, especially if we bring any more Warforged in. Maybe this will help us create more. But we're at a position that there are things that we just don't have enough knowledge of. And should note that this conversation starts in the market district and heads down towards the docks. So you guys are kind of like ending this part of the conversation here.
Okay.
The other thing, though, that I'm gonna need for you to do is I need you to take this crate and see if there's anything you can help with. We've run out of we've run out of our capabilities, but you seem to have a knack of being able to acclimate well, but also rebuild, repair. I mean, what you've done to yourself since the last time I saw you is miraculous. And he seems to be focusing specifically on the plate.
I appreciate your kind words, and I hold up a claw to the crate and kind of nudge my head towards it, you know, like a dog nudging something off a table, and was like, might I inquire as to the contents of this crate?
Well, let's just say I think you will enjoy this experience. And I think you'll be the most knowledgeable to making it work. But once you have a chance to sit down with it, report in any progress that might come about. But I imagine you'll need a few days.
Okay. I thank you for what you've done, and I shall do my best to live up to the expectations you have presented with me. I truly do appreciate your finding of me and bringing me here to this land. It is all I've known, and I appreciate those I have gone out with. It has been a great learning experience for me.
It's good to hear. And as he says that, two dock workers kind of walk up the stairs and come over. These two will take this wherever you would like them to take it. Just direct them. But I've got a few other things I need to work out today. But it is likely I should be back in Sydund within a 10-day if you need it.
Very well. I turn to the two dock workers, and after saying my goodbyes to Reed and wishing him the best, I turn to them and I ask them to please follow me with it back to my room back at the Adventurers Guild.
Okay. And, you would know that it's probably too big to fit into that back room, but there's plenty of space in the forge to pull it in. And the forge area in the market district is closed off, so it's secure. But yeah, you could probably take it in there.
Yeah, I want to do that, and I want to look at what it is.
So yeah, you take off the you take out the nails of the crate, and you pull off the lid, and there sits what appears to be another Warforged.
Pardon?
Another Warforged.
Oh no.
Draco just stares at what's in front of him as, excuse me, just kind of surprised, assessing the Warforged. Obviously not activated at the moment. How badly damaged are they?
Greetings. This unit would like to direct your eyes up here, to my presence.
Greetings, fellow Warforged. Greetings, fellow Warforged. I am Unit DRACO. Would you please identify yourself?
Warforged.
You're done.
Self-designation, Salix. I am not Warforged. I ride the Warforged.
What?
What
Elaboration.
inspiration?
Elaboration required.
Salix, real quick, can you describe what Draco is seeing as he looks down at you?
Draco peers into the box, and inside he sees, yes, a Warforged, which is a little shorter than your normal Warforged would be, but very thick and stocky. Its head seems to be somewhat damaged. Its body has some pockmarks and damage and rust to it. Instead of legs, it rolls on treads. And in its hand, it holds a very large boot, in which grows a medium-sized willow tree. This willow tree has cables and cords running down into the arm and into the body of the Warforged. And as Draco looks up at the tree, he sees two glowing red eyes flash to life within the branches.
So, okay. Greetings, designated unit Salix. May I be of assistance to you?
Prime directive: restore memory cores. Damaged.
This unit shall aid you then, with your permission.
This unit would like to request proof of your credentials.
Understood. Please examine my own self. I have upgraded myself a number of times and have imbued myself with arcane energy. Please direct your attention to my thunder gauntlets. And I spark my gauntlets to show their functionality, as well as my lightning launcher powering it up and turning it off. Just, giving a play-by-play of what I've done to myself, how I work, and the upgrades I've given myself. Would you do you require more?
This unit is concerned as to the effects lightning may have upon the mount.
Understood. Shall I give you a demonstration now that would not require lightning?
Please do.
I take out the gem that I received, and using it, I would like to form a homunculus servant.
Okay, very well.
Oh, what now?
It's humongous.
A homunculus. So, this is an artificer thing. I can use a gem of at least 100 gold value to create what is basically a tiny servant out of magic and my knowledge.
We're getting into some real D&D nonsense. Oh.
Using this, what Salix is going to be seeing is he's going to see the gem float above Draco's claws, and mechanical parts start to intricately weave together and form what is a small mechanical rock. And that's ROC, the flying bird.
Mm-hmm.
And doing this, you'll see it gently form all the wires, all the metal, everything just come together, creating this tiny bird, which will then sit down gently on DRACO's head after flying up. Sit down on DRACO's head, and both of us will stare at Salix, be like, "Is this sufficient?"
Fascinating. A willow branch lifts and seems to tentatively reach forward before shrinking back slightly. This unit is concerned. Will this attempt to nest in Salix?
Negative. This homunculus servant is only able to do what I command. It is not sentient. It is but a drone.
Much like my mount.
Yes.
This unit supposes assistance will be allowed. First order of business, remove me from this box.
Affirmative. And I tear open the side of the box so he can just scoot out.
This dialogue is sending me into a panic.
It's worse because he sounds like a robot.
Salix begins to rotate slightly as the treads with a horrible screeching noise boot up and begin to roll it forward out of the box. And as he does so, he lists a little bit to one side. This unit shipped here in the box in part to protect from seawater, but also in part due to damage to my left, to my mount's left thread. Could you be of assistance in the repair? And might I inquire, would you have some spare oil to release the rust?
Affirmative. Allow me to aid you in whatever ways I can. So, using my knowledge, I'm going to go ahead and figure out exactly where all the problems are, and we're going to sit here and let me talk to Salix again. This unit, DRACO, shall endeavor to help you. Let me examine you so I might know what requires repair, if that is welcome.
Salix looks down at the mount, at the warforged upon which he rides. Please be gentle. This unit fears that the mount may not stand up to rigorous inspection.
This is understood. So, side question before we continue this: does Cure Wounds affect Warforge?
Well, you've got yes, it does.
There's a lot of things wrong with this Warforged, though.
I mean, I would say over the next 3 days of your downtime, just like examining the situation.
Yeah.
So, there is a body, a Warforged, so a construct of sorts that has this tree with it, but the eyes have been taken out of the construct and put into the tree, and so the Warforged seems to be speaking from the tree rather than from the Warforged itself. So there's obviously a disconnect that you would see. That this is this like an actual Warforged, or what is this? Is this like you, or this seems like something different? So I think it would take some time for you to like wrap your head around that piece of it. But there's definitely things that you can repair. The tread, you could definitely repair that. Rust, you can definitely remove some of that rust over the 3-day span.
So as as we're going about this, obviously Salix is currently activated and everything based on our conversation. I would just like to talk to him, get to know him better, figure out where he's from, what happened that they sent him all the way here, what was going on. So I'm going to go ahead and ask Unit Salix, I have query.
This unit has answer.
This shall work well then. Can you please inform me as to where you were found? Where were you created?
Really quick question here for you, B.E.A.R.D, just for timing of things.
Mm-hmm.
How long is this again after the establishment of Hovedstad? Approximately?
That's a good question, and I can't remember what we said.
You said about a year earlier.
I know, but I think I said something different. Salix. Give me 1 second. Yes, Hovedstad was set up in the 19th year of the new settlement. So that is when Hovedstad was set up. We are roughly we're halfway through this year, so yeah, about a year.
About a year, okay. This unit awoke roughly 6 months ago in the forest by the jungle. Due to damage to the mount, we headed north and have been sent around trying to find repair for this unit's mount. We were told that a master artificer would be able to potentially assist us down in Sydund, and we were shipped this way.
Thank you for answering this unit's query. Might I ask one more?
This unit supposes one more question may be allowed.
Wonderful. And as we're doing this, I'm just steadily trying to help rebuild him, fix things as we're going and everything.
Occasionally a rusted panel just clangs to the ground and
I replace it with a new one. And wonderful. This unit does appreciate the estimation of his abilities as master, though this unit believes he still has a long way to go. But you mentioned something that I am curious about. It's a word. I know its meaning, but I'm not sure how you would describe it. As you have seen it, I'm wondering what it is like. Might you describe what a jungle is?
Are there any windows in the place, in the forge where we are at?
No.
No?
Plus,
DRACO...
even if there were windows, like, you're just going to be seeing deserts all around you. Yeah. Well, I suppose
my next question was going to be if there was any like tiny desert, wimpy plants around or whatever. The little scrubs.
Well, you guys aren't like locked away. You guys can walk around.
Oh,
Well, roll around, I guess.
Well, it was more a question of if they were going to be visible outside the window, but if they're not, then there's no point in that second question. Okay. Has Unit DRACO ever seen a tree?
Negative.
Incorrect.
All of this unit is
incorrect.
Yeah.
You were on Storm Island, and there were a bunch of
where
trees
you almost
there.
died.
You've seen a jungle.
Storm Island. I don't remember Storm Island. I almost died there. Memory loss or something. Anyway.
You've seen jungles.
Yes, this unit has seen a forest on the Island of Storms, but this unit has mostly only seen desert. He was curious as to what the difference as to forest versus jungle is.
Forest is dark. The forest is alive. The forest is calm and peaceful. The jungle is like the forest, full of trees and life, but wet in the air and full of death.
This unit finds this definition disconcerting.
If I may, real quick, am I misremembering? I was pretty sure Storm Island was on a jungle island.
I thought it was just a forest.
Well, it is just off the coast of the Bearded Jungle. Whether or not Draco realized that, I'm not sure.
He was in a jungle and didn't know. Good.
But you guys were only in like the first
sparse jungle.
Yeah, the first like piece of the jungle.
So I've been pretty thin anyway.
Yeah, you didn't really explore the island. Just went.
I mean, it is Storm Island, so it probably got wrecked by some storms.
Yeah, like tropical, beachy.
It was Hawaii.
Sparse.
Salix curls in several of his branches and tilts them upwards so that the leaves, instead of hanging, drooping down, are more bunched up together. The trees are clustered closely, as far as the eye can see.
That seems to inhibit movement, wouldn't it?
This unit infers that you really have no idea how much it does.
I have asked my questions. Do you have any?
How long have you been awake?
This unit is much younger than you. I have only been awake, but for roughly a month.
And how in such time did you manage to attain mastery of Artificer?
It is unknown to me my existence before coming to Sydund. The merchant named Reed only informed me earlier that I was found near the town of Easton. But I was not activated then. I was not activated till I was brought here. I was awoken by the captain of the guild, as well as my allies Svamp, Shinichi, and Moira. It was an interesting experience to awaken surrounded by such colorful individuals. But
Unit DRACO has allies. What are these allies like?
this unit has many things to speak of as he has observed them. They are colorful, as I have already explained, but the ways they are colorful are each unique. Ally Shinichi is very boisterous. He has made it known that his goal is to be the greatest rock star in all the land. But he says it with such passion that this unit does believe it. Ally Svamp, in the short time I've seen her, has proven herself a very trustworthy friend. She acts as though she is the leader of the group, which I agree. She has led us well on our adventures when I have been with her. She has protected us against overwhelming odds. And ally Moira, she is greedy, but she is nice. She is very confident in herself. There more people that I've met during my short existence, such as the potion maker Bertram, who resides in Sydund. He has shown me human kindness to a degree I did not expect from a total stranger. I observed him leaving the guild hall, and he seemed downtrodden. I went to comfort him, as was my programming, to help all of the citizens of the continent. And in that short conversation, he referred to me as a good kid, that one that, I'm trying to think of the best way to put this. He referred to me as a good kid. I do not fully understand his meaning, but the tone in which he said it sounded reflective, almost. There are many others that I could point out in my short existence here, but all in all, I feel like I was lucky to be activated in this area.
A baby goat is a strange comparison to you, but you do seem to be good.
I appreciate this, though I have found that people seem to refer to me as a canine, even though I am clearly a drake in shape.
You mentioned your programming. What are your prime directives? What is your purpose?
Prime directives are as follows. Number 1, protection of the citizens of the continent and aiding in everything they need. Primary directive 2, to find and protect those from a specific type of enemy. I have been designated Code DRACO as the Draconic Reconnaissance and Combat Operative. My primary enemies and preferred knowledge deal with the combating and reconnaissance of draconic natured foes. These are my primary directives, although I do find myself feeling like I am having more appear every day.
Salix seems to retreat into a little bit of a thoughtful moment as one of the fingers on its hand just clatters to the ground.
Let me assist you with that, and I replace the finger.
Much appreciated. Your talk of allies triggers something, but records corrupted, memory unknown.
Interesting. Please allow me to examine so that I might try to assist you.
Please, feel free.
Wonderful. And I'm gonna try and look at his memory banks if he allows that, because I have no idea where they are technically. If there's anything I can do for that or whatnot. We're gonna spend a few hours, I guess, looking into that, seeing if there's anything I can do.
Salix peers at you curiously. Why are you examining my mount?
Is this not what I have been repairing?
The mount, yes, but the memories are mine.
Interesting. Might I ask where you found your mount?
I awoke in its hands. We came into consciousness by Deer Pond. I looked into the surface of the water, and saw myself for the first time. In that moment, my current location, my designation, my overall status were unknown. Records corrupted. Self-designation not found. Location not found. New objectives were obtained. Designate self. I am Salix. I am a tree spirit, variety willow. Direct interface with my mount indicates class druid. Mount status was damaged but functional. More self-objectives. Service mount. Find civilization. Repair corrupted records database to restore memories. Any core values are unknown.
Then, as I attempt to fix your mount, why don't you tell me more of yourself? And I will see what I can do for your memories in a moment. And as I'm fixing the mount, I'm technically lying to the Salix at the moment because I am fixing his memory banks in the mount, even though he thinks it's otherwise. If I'm just having him tell me more about him if I can.
Yes. So while that conversation occurs, you look into where the memory banks would be hosted, just something that you just know of location.
Mm-hmm.
All
being a master artificer and all.
Yeah, all just
all
just
level 5.
Yeah, just damaged. Like if we're looking at this as if they're memory cards in a computer, like they've been cracked in half, definitely water damage. They're still like attached, but there's definitely problems here, and it might take a while for you to repair.
It seems like there are sparks jumping around and energy that seems to be arcing as processes happen.
Because these do have his memories in them, and replacing them would just get rid of the memories, that is not a thing that I want. So I want to cast Cure Wounds to fix the memory banks as best I can for that, because they are a physical part of his mount.
Mm-hmm.
And I will inform him, I am going to attempt to cast the spell known as Cure Wounds on your mount. I'm going to attempt to cast the Cure Wounds spell on you. Perhaps this will aid in the recovery of your memories.
Perhaps indeed. It is unknown how the memories were damaged. Perhaps a wound would be an apt description.
There are numerous studies that prove that concussive force can cause memory loss. Perhaps you were assaulted or hit by something in an accident, and it caused your loss of memory. Mayhaps using this spell will fix this issue.
Please proceed, good young goat.
So you cast this?
Yes.
And you see like a momentary pause of the sparking. You see some things like start to almost look like they're starting to blink up. You know, they're starting to kick in the gear, but then it just stops. Now, first of all, I would say that you would get the impression that Cure Wounds will not resolve this. However, you do recall Reed talking about those crystals, the quartz.
Yeah.
And that might be something that could help here.
Fascinating. It appears that my regenerative abilities are currently insufficient for healing you. Mayhaps what Reed was informing me about will be what is needed to fix you.
I would definitely be willing to give it a try. Salix whacks his mount. Try.
Wondrous. I shall inform you that while on a nearby island known as the Isle of Storms, or Storm Island, we encountered a material that drew me to it. Speaking to Merchant Reed, he theorizes that the material, the crystal in question, could be tied to Warforged or tree spirits, and could have an energy that could fix you.
Yeah, tree spirits, I love it. This unit fails to see how rocks might be helpful, but... A long pause. Again, as you are a good baby goat, this unit is willing to try it.
Wonderful, though I must inform you, you have referred to me as a goat multiple times. I am not a goat.
But are you not a good kid?
I believe that potion maker Bertram was referring to the age of the unit as opposed to my species.
A kid is a young goat, so it would be fitting, would it not?
You are correct in terminology, but I will have to run this by potion maker Bertram to verify the authenticity of his statement now.
Oh, that poor man's gonna have a conversation.
I'm bringing you with me.
So,
conversations.
Oh no.
yeah. So, just to take a step back.
Oh Lord.
We'll say like you're continuing to go through the process of studying Salix, and like over a span of 3 days. So you're wrapping up on the 26th of Elaine, and I would say it's closer to the evening. You would be aware of two things. The first is your party returned earlier in the day, so they and are set to set out tomorrow morning.
Okay.
B, while Reed is a member of the Merchants Guild, he worked with the team that basically introduced the Warforged to the Adventurers Guild. So him handing it to you, and he would have said this, is if you can repair it, it would go into service with the Adventurers.
Yes. So,
but suggest that you take it with him, or you take Salix with you.
Yep.
But yes, it's a little later in the day, later in the evening. So, yeah, having a conversation with merchants and whatnot, probably not possible tonight. But tomorrow, after you return from your mission, definitely possible.
Beautiful. I feel like that's it for now, unless Salix has anything else.
This unit would like to explore the town.
Understood. This unit shall lead the way.
Appreciated.
Please, get on my back, and I shall have your mounts get on my back, and I shall walk us around, being as I'm 6 feet tall.
Salix looks down at the treads of...
Just roll up my tail onto my back.
Understood. With a little bit of a whine and a creak, the treads spin into gear, and as the oil that I would presume has been applied kicks in, the creaking ceases, and the movement is more smooth than it had been previously, as Salix indeed precariously rolls up the tail of Draco.
Okay. All right. Yes, guys could definitely explore the town. Most of the shops have closed up at this point. But yes, you could travel around. It's a small place. There's only a handful of buildings. But the final location of where you guys would go is the Adventurers Guild Hall.
Yes.
But okay, let's go ahead and take a 5-minute break here, and get drinks and whatnot, and then we'll come back in the morning as you guys meet with the rest of the party. Everyone is going to meet, and you guys can head out to the burial mounds.
Appreciated. Strong facial hair.
Oh, good lord.
Oh my god.
Really?
All right.
I'm
right.
holding my laugh. I'm trying not to laugh during this serious conversation, and you
I'm
do that.
boycotting this campaign. I'm leaving. Goodbye.
Sunbear, you really did great. I'm not gonna lie.
You did wonderful dealing with this
Great.
nonsense bird.
Yes.
Impressed. Yes, very good.
Nonsense tree, apparently.
I just
Also,
remember death is
Lou-
a serious thing. I was kind of focused on only it. I forgot the rest of the island.
Oh, what a thought.
Oh. All right, I'm gonna go stretch.
All right,
Bye.
I'm gonna go get a drink.
Get some
Well, I need a drink.
adult sippy juice if you want.
Yeah. Oh.
This has become the how do we interpret what Loon is saying podcast.
I'm a menace. I would apologize, but a menace wouldn't apologize.
No, don't apologize. Stay authentically menacingly, and chat will enjoy it even more. Dear God. Oh my gosh. So what, are you just gonna sit on top of Sunbear the whole time saying pun as we die
Onward,
in
noble,
battle?
good small goat. Ow.
All right, I'm back.
Welcome back.
So what's going on now?
I said, is he just gonna sit on Sunbear the whole time and say puns while we're dying?
I mean, I do have a saddle.
No, but literally, he's just gonna be the pun master as we're dying.
Very possibly, considering I have many plans. Oh my goodness.
Yes, this cave. One might say it rocks.
Dear God.
Please let me. I want to get into a pun battle with him.
That's for the end of the session, you know? Just go.
It's the after show.
When you guys are drinking, well, I don't know if you drink. You know what I mean. We're in the
Doesn't have a mouth.
tavern. We're in the tavern. And
I just take
you
the
just go.
alcoholic beverages and I pour them in the dirt at the foot of the tree.
Exactly.
Oh god, I hope the tree can live through that.
Just cure wounds. It's fine, right?
Somebody just has to sit there and casually cure wounds occasionally. As they see the branches start to wilt, they're just silently cast a little magic my way and your wounds.
Can I get a little magic? A little hit? A little pick me up?
Really, what it is every third drink, the bartender brings out a healing potion.
Oh, yes.
That would be an expensive night out, but yeah.
Yes. I love the fact that your entire character is based on, oh, this robot was holding a little willow tree. You saw your glowing eyes through it. Ah, I am tree.
That was the premise. I don't remember when I came up with that, but
it was a while ago, but it was good.
It was way too funny not to go with.
I am Salix.
No longer Groot. What?
And fun fact for you, Salix is just the Latin name for willow trees.
Wonderful.
Totally didn't go to Wikipedia and
Look that up.
Look that up.
Yeah, and of course it is.
All right, I am back. I think we can pick back up. Yeah, it's
X is the only one left.
Oh, okay. It is 9:12.
Jump us.
Jiminy Christmas.
Jump us.
Oh, it's 8:12. You lied.
We're East Coast.
Hour ahead.
Better time zone. You lie.
Nah. This is Luke's
No, Central is the best. It's the center for a reason.
No. It's the center for a reason.
I would say we've been going for about 45 minutes at least. Because we started at 7.
Because of recap.
And then recap. And then, and we'll start. So, okay. All right, then. We're still waiting on Bex, so we'll wait.
Oh, yeah, I was just about to say, is Bex returned? Has our newly proclaimed Red Power Ranger
she's apparently the leader.
Role?
Be fair, she's been the mom of the group. You can't lie about that.
And the arm wrestling champ.
Yes. I would not fight her in an arm wrestling tournament, and I'm made of metal and pistons.
No one should fight a Furbolg in an arm wrestling competition. I think that's just a given. I've been watching so much Critical Role recently, guys. Like, my knowledge of D&D has expanded, and yeah, you don't mess with them Furbolgs.
Oh my goodness. I can't think anymore.
It's only 9.
After this, I'm sorry, this has been one of the funniest things that has happened in a while.
This unit apologizes for frying your circuits.
Oh no. No, you don't.
I hear there are rocks on the island that may be able to assist with such things as memory problems and circuitry issues.
You said you had no values or whatever, right? Kinda? So, like, do you really apologize?
Exactly. What this unit says is not a... What this unit says is not a reflection of what this unit feels. Merely what this unit feels is the most pertinent thing to say in any given moment.
Oh my god, he is evil!
Just remember, at any point, I can buck you off.
Turn this into a bull riding competition randomly.
I've done it with Svamp.
This is true. He was very angsty that day.
I was very angsty in my near-death experience.
Don't make me turn this Drake around.
One did not know that small baby goats would have teenage angst problems.
I think everyone knew that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you haven't interacted with goats much, have you?
Look at your brother. I mean, Jay is perfectly mature and fine and never angsty.
Oh,
no. Also, Loon, I knew that adding you to the party was going to be fun and intriguing, but good lord.
Oh, this has been amazing. I love every bit of this.
I hope my roleplay has been up to par because I have never done this before.
You're doing great.
You're doing amazing.
You're fine.
I'm about to say, I never thought that I would have a full conversation on ethics and morality and dreams with another robot.
Oh, I'm losing my mind.
All right. Let's pick back up. We are at the next morning. It is whatever day it is.
Amelia says you're doing amazing, Loon.
Today is the 28th day of Alaint, and it is morning. The situation with sleeping arrangements, I guess, should be just acknowledged. So DRACO has a little bit of a storage room that he has taken up. DRACO, would you bring Salix into the room with you?
Yes.
Okay.
I would offer and go, Unit Salix, would you enjoy being my, I believe the term is roommate, for the time being?
This unit accepts your generous offer. Appreciation and gratitude.
Glorious. Allow me to lead the way back.
Okay. So yes, you guys sentry rest the night. Everyone else, you guys had gotten back to Sydund a little earlier in the afternoon and have been just resting. But in the morning, you know your assignment is to head back out. So as you guys, as in Moira, Svamp, and Svamp. Wait, no, I said Svamp. Moira, Svamp.
Yep.
Who's
Shinichi.
I know Shinichi. But Moira and Svamp, because you didn't adventure with them.
I think it was just us, and then it was Med.
Yeah. So you guys wake up and head downstairs and get your assignment, get your dossier of everything going on, and as you start to head out towards the lighthouse to transport to your job.
If I may interject for one brief moment.
Yes.
Very early in the morning, Salix would depart quietly and surreptitiously from the room, and when morning comes and DRACO ends his sentry rest, in the room is a pile of sand in which a ton of little tiny worthless desert shrubs have been arranged very close together.
Yeah, like little
and Salix sits above it and waits for DRACO to awaken and pay attention to him, basically.
Okay. All right. So
Look at me!
Like a jungle.
Yeah, we'll go to that scene. So
Give me, Dad.
DRACO, you your eyes open. You come back to you, and as you look, you see the scene.
DRACO tilts his head, gets up, and walks over to Salix and sits next to him in the pile of sand with tiny shrubs, and inquires, "Might I inquire as to what this is?"
In case you never get to experience the jungle yourself, I brought it to you. This is jungle. And he takes a glass of water and just dumps it on it.
DRACO gets as close to the ground as he can, chin touching the ground with paws out in front of him, looking at the soaked, wet sand and plants, just tilting his head back and forth. Fascinating. This unit shall remember this. He appreciates it.
Glorious, this unit believes the term is. What are your plans for today?
First, I will if you require assistance, you may again ride my back as we go out into the main guild hall. We need to introduce you to my allies.
This unit believes that self-propulsion will be better, as I do not wish for my mount's treads to become stuck again, and movement seems to be the best deterrent for that.
Understood. And while this is happening, my homunculus servant has come off of whatever shelf it was sitting on and has settled on my head again. As I get up and I open the door to the storage room and say to Salix, "Follow me then, please."
All right,
Back to you,
real
Beard.
quick, in the chat, I did put Homunculus Servant in there so that you guys could read it and get a grasp of what it is mechanically. But yes, it is a infusion of an artificer. So, you guys head out. Svamp and Moira, you are prepping to turn out the door and go to the lighthouse. But Shinichi I would say walks down the stairs at that point. And just as he comes down the stairs out from the adventurer's quarters wing comes DRACO and another warforged like creature that has a tree and it's on rollers.
DRACO, wait, there's a lot happening. Shinichi, I'm glad you're here. DRACO, what is that thing?
DRACO looks up
Hello,
and
yes.
points at his homunculus service. "This is my homunculus. His name is Rock."
Creative.
It's a rock.
Uh-huh.
He shall aid us in surveying future dunes.
Mm-hmm.
How are you all doing today? And I just sit down at the table, and I assume Salix just sits next to me.
Yep.
Okay, but what is that thing next to you?
Don't say that thing, Moira.
I'm confused. Okay.
I turn to my left, looking at Salix, and I inform them after looking back, "This is Unit Salix. He shall be helping us from the foreseeable future. Unit Salix, would you like to introduce yourself to the group?"
Good morning. My name is Salix. Current designation has been self-given. Other designations unknown. Status: awake.
Beard, I have a question.
Yes.
Obviously Salix is able to move their branches about. I would assume that I have noticed this, yes?
Oh no, the druid's getting into it.
Uh-huh.
Can you put a mushroom on it?
Well, it's a weird
Right.
sight. It's a weird sight for sure. You've got a warforged-like body, but holding a tree, small potted tree, and yes, the tree moves as it speaks, and it has eyes.
You speak like a warforged. You're not a warforged.
I speak like me. I do not understand your inquiry.
Oh damn.
Why do you speak like a firbolg? You are not a firbolg.
What?
Excuse me? What do you mean?
It appears that... Oh, go ahead.
Draco turns back to Salix. Fascinating. Please explain your line of reasoning.
A branch reaches out and points towards the sashes that adorn Svamp. It appears that you are some type of tree or a fungus.
Oh! These aren't growing out of me. They are growing out of my clothing. I am a firbolg that wears mushrooms. Here. And I get closer so that I can lift my various mesh fabrics and show them. How big is how big are you?
The eyes probably sit about 5.5 feet above the ground, we'll say.
Okay.
Bigger than I thought.
Mhm.
I was thinking like 4.5 max.
Well, the eyes. So the tree sticks up above the top of the Warforge. The Warforge is about 4.5 feet tall, somewhere in there.
Got it.
But the tree is a little bit bigger and it sticks up a little bit higher. But this is not a tall tree. It is droopy, hunched over. Some would say poor posture, but no one will ever know.
Oh Lord. Okay.
Oh,
Well, Shinichi, I hope you had a good few days off. How you doing?
Shinichi,
doing
this
very
unit has
well.
heard about you. You are the greatest rock star in all the land.
This
Oh,
It is a
no.
pleasure
Oh.
to be within your presence.
Oh,
You are
no,
correct.
True. This
Would
is
you
very true.
perhaps-
This is-
Would you perhaps regale us with a short ditty upon this glorious meeting?
Oh, I agree.
Yes.
We've missed you,
Yes,
Shinichi, so much. Please play.
I'm gonna go get us
yes,
some breakfast.
I
Okay.
whip out my lute and I start playing.
Free bird! As I yell
Yeah.
as I go to get us, go order us some food.
I don't know that one, but I play something.
Fake rockstar doesn't know
You
free
know,
bird.
This is the free bird doesn't exist here.
No, the bird
Free bird
that sits
exists
upon
everywhere.
the bird that sits upon the head of unit DRACO is not free. It is in fact his servant.
Uh-huh.
This is affirmative. It has no free will of its own.
Oh.
Therefore,
Suck
no
up.
free bird. It does not make sense. Does not compute.
I come back and sit
Oh,
down. They're
jeez.
bringing us cactus and eggs.
Cactus.
Well,
What did you order?
I play in
We
like
always get cactus.
guitar
That's good.
riffs or whatever. Like nothing specific.
It's beautiful.
Maybe it's just something that I'm working on.
This unit appreciates the opportunity to bask in your glorious skills.
Why does
Thank you
everyone
so
Hopefully-
much.
encourage him? Okay.
Hopefully, there will be more opportunities like this in the future as we work together.
I sure hope so. That is the goal.
You have not yet answered my question. What are you? You're not a firbolg, or you're not a warforged. What are you?
Designation, Salix. Hold on, I need to find a thing here quick that I have written down.
Designation Salix.
I am a tree spirit, variety willow.
Interesting.
You know anything about tree spirits?
Not much. Well, usually they don't. Usually their trees are stationary and they come out of their tree kind of like a glowy sort of whooshy set of leaves that kind of whispers at you,
Okay.
and then they go back into their tree.
Okay.
Like dryads, you know?
Yeah.
You know,
okay.
you know a dryad?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
They're usually not. They usually don't have eyes, and they're not in a pot. And they don't.
Salix rustles his branches. Whoosh, whoosh. I do not see the difference.
Moira just covers her face and turns around to laugh over her shoulder so no one else sees it.
I see a lot of difference. But usually they don't talk like Warforged, and they don't have training wheels. This is fascinating.
This unit rides upon a mount. The wheels are not my own. And again, this unit talks like this unit, not like a Warforged.
You're not a unit, though. Units are Warforged. What? Yes, yes.
This unit Draco is assisting in the repair and recovery of unit Salix. He is experiencing memory fluctuations at the moment. Please, will you aid us in helping him?
Unit Draco suggests it is perhaps the case that I may have hit my head somewhere along my journeys.
Where is your head? What's the anatomy of a tree?
Yeah, where is the head in a tree?
Do you have roots? Are they in your roots?
My eyes are up here. He did that in the beginning with you. Sorry, out of character. He was like, direct your attention up here, and I was like, oh my god!
I am so fascinated by you, little guy. Can I?
If you have any questions, please feel free to ask them. I hear you are indeed this group's fearless leader, and therefore I must make sure that you are aware of any abilities and skills that I possess to be of proper use to this team.
Moira's still dying over her shoulder and now drinking a bunch of whatever I can find.
I nearly fell out of my chair. Leader? What? When? Since when?
You are the leader, and this one, turns to Moira, is the nice one.
Oh, I'll take that. Yes, Swamp, you're definitely the leader. All the responsibility is on you now. I love it. We should definitely get to work, though.
Absolutely not. I'm not responsible for this band of idiots. Absolutely not.
You heard it. You heard it from him. It's confirmed. Yes.
I mean, because this bonds tree knows a thing for sure. Oh Lord. Okay.
Salix turns back to Draco with and tilts the crown of the tree to askew its eyes to the side. Questioningly, but not saying anything.
I mean,
Draco just looks back at him like and kind of shrugs his shoulders like, yeah, this is how this is.
To be somewhere today? Do we have places
we do have
to be?
Work. That's what I was trying to say. Great leader. Oh, great leader. We should definitely get back to the beautiful burial grounds because the undead is kind of important. I'd like to wrap that up.
Oh, right. That was a thing that happened.
I know you've been out of it, Shinichi, which is totally understandable. But
yeah,
there are undead attacking every night.
Yes, I would like to test out the repairs I have performed on Unit Salix to see if there is any mishaps or needed repairs beyond the memory leak.
This unit is sure that any experience after your tender, loving care will be fine. Okay.
Kind of nudges him with his claws. Just
poke.
Well, on the way there, Shinichi, you want to tell us about what you've been up to?
Oh yes, let's see. I was crowned king of Pumpkin Town. Hail to the king.
Hail to the king.
Yes.
Oh no! Don't. Oh no.
and then I mainly was hanging out here playing some tunes and getting to know the folks. I hung out with Jasmine for a bit.
Who's Jasmine?
The barmaid.
She's
I
she
didn't know
works-
she had a name. Sorry.
Oh,
Moira.
she has a name.
What?
Moira.
I'm offended.
You're offended for her.
Yeah, you're offended. Okay. Sorry, out of character.
And then I also was invited to the Walhalla Music Festival, and
cool.
I would like to go.
Yeah, can I be your groupie again? I'll definitely aid you
Yeah.
with your performances like last time.
For sure. There was a note about a band.
Ooh, I don't think I can play, but I can do the special effects and stuff. Yeah.
Oh yes, special effects. Yes, that sold the performance in Pumpkin Town.
Yeah.
I want to make that happen again.
Okay, let's discuss more details as we teleport
Mhm.
back to these burial mounds and hopefully get this figured out.
Yeah.
If we want to find work outside of Sydund, that would be nice. Eventually.
I agree with that firmly, which is why I'm kind of in a hurry right now. Let's get going. Yeah.
Yeah, let's go. I'm not really looking forward to this burial.
Before we leave, this unit has one thing he must say.
Mm.
This unit was given a task by the Adventurers Guild through a merchant named Reed. I require Ally Swamp's help, especially because I require to go back to the cave on Storm Island to obtain crystals.
Wait. Whoa, wait. The crystals? Like, the crystals that the
Guardian.
Continental Guardian, warned us not to touch, or else he would kill us all. I made a whole song about that. Didn't you hear the song?
I appreciate you
almost
making
died.
a song. Please sing it everywhere.
I'm teleporting way ahead of them.
Affirmative.
We'll talk about this. We'll talk about this after work. I also want to talk to you, Bonsai. About how your your tree. We'll talk. I want to talk to both of you after we figure out. After we deal with these sand dunes, okay?
And me and Salix say at the same time in the same monotone robot voice, affirmative leader.
Affirmative leader.
Oh my god!
Don't call me leader. My name is Svamp. Stop it. Get in the
love
lighthouse.
Affirmative leader Swamp.
Affirmative
Stop
leader.
calling me
Swamp.
leader. Get in the lighthouse.
And we walk in. Or ride in for him.
Yes.
I'm rolling.
So-
I gotta stretch my threads.
Rolling. Okay.
Yes, you
See me
guys
roll.
head from the Adventurers Guild to the lighthouse, and then that transports you from Sydund to the burial mounds through the teleportation stone that Svamp holds, which will take you guys here.
Chad agrees. Leader Swamp.
No.
It's too late now.
Oh.
Unless you want me to be the leader.
No.
This
Absolutely
unit
not.
inquires, are we there yet, Leader Svamp?
No.
Yes.
He's one of those.
Oh
Oh. Yes, Bonsai. Right out
Oh
loud.
god. Did anyone ever go into room 2 over here?
Yes.
Okay, I remember that was not open the last time I was here.
Yeah,
But the ones that are
did
open on the
some-
map we have been in.
Okay, okay.
Correct. Yes. So we've got a different map. You guys can zoom out if you'd like. And but yes, slightly different map, not using the dynamic lighting. I think this will be easier to really process.
There is a big one. I know. I'm seeing that.
So, yes, the mission so far, this would be, I believe, the third time that we have gone out, and overall, the process, especially after talking to the Records Guild, is finding the entrance under the sand, and then breaking down the door with sledgehammers and picks and that sort of thing. Just unsealing it. You don't necessarily need to break the doors into rubble, but just unsealing it, and then going in and clearing it out, so that they can send archaeologists to come in and study. And yes, so far you guys have gone into 5.
Do we want to just go for to the right here and do the big one and the medium-sized big one?
I kind of feel like that, yeah. I'm feeling a little feisty. I actually just want to get this done, so I'm running. Moira is gone.
Oh, all right.
Ally Salix, follow me.
Try not to get sand in your treads. Okay.
Moira's got some extra haste today, and it's just off.
All right, come on, Shinichi, let's go.
This unit wishes to inquire as to what the boxes within these rooms are.
What's in the box?
Oh, you're freshly woke up, huh? All right.
Negative. Unit Salix has been awakened for 6 times my current existence.
That doesn't mean a lot of time, though. You've been awake for what, 2 weeks? So that means 12 weeks. That's not a lot of time.
Are you guys moving together? Because if you are, just tell me where you're going. Because I'm seeing a split party here, and I just want to verify.
I am not moving with them. I am scoping and running because I need to get out of here.
Do we want to do the big one to our left or right?
All right, well,
I haven't been here.
Yeah, let's pause. Moira, you traveled north, so go back up that way a bit. And okay, so this is gonna open up. So you see that it is not a big one.
Oh, okay.
Just the sand dunes.
Oh, okay.
Division. And I would say those to the south. This is going a little slow, so apologies.
It's fine.
Okay, there you go. So yes, we have one isolated, directly in the middle of the party. And then Moira, you would be aware there's a smaller one over to your right, and then there is a big one in front of you. The rest of the party, as you look around, you've got this big mound, but as you continue to move forward, you would see that there is space in between these mounds. But you've got one here, you've got one here, you've got one over here, and as you get over here, Moira's there. But also...
Loon, stop. Chill. Thank you. Trying to stay where I'm in conversation with the two of you. Let's keep moving forward.
Thanks, Mom.
Leader Svamp.
Okay.
Are there any obvious doors?
Well, I guess that could be the question here is, what are you guys doing? Are you like, are we just walking around, or are we actually like trying to look for an entrance to any of these?
I'm trying to look for a more pronounced, obvious door, hoping that that would lead to the artificer that we had seen before, or something that would explain the undead a bit more.
I'm still trying to figure out how old it takes me a second to remember the names. Yep.
Bonsai.
How old Salix is.
And I am hanging back and trying to follow as best as possible, but I don't know what's going on.
Draco is making sure all of his repairs on Salix have gone well, but is keeping an eye out for any doors.
Gee, you haven't been to the dunes yet.
Yeah, as far as you guys walking around, if you're looking for obvious doors, you have not seen one yet. But
This
again,
unit-
you are in sand dunes. You are aware sand moves, and thus it is possible they're just covered up. Just needs a little bit more investigation.
Okay. This unit suggests we choose a dune and search it.
Leader Svamp, which dune would you recommend?
Oh Lord. Alright, come back down this way. Let's go this one. Unless you guys want to pick a dune, and I'll pick a dune, and then we can kind of go for entrances. Because my way of looking for an entrance is to walk around and stab my quarterstaff, the bottom end of it, in about 2-3 feet in, about waist high, as I walk around and listen for thuds.
Affirmative. Unit Draco shall endeavor on the dune over here to search for a door.
Unit Salix has an idea as a way to help Draco once a door has been found.
Do you want to stick by me, Shinichi? You seem lost.
Yeah, that would be a great idea. I'm just gonna stick with you.
Okay.
I don't know what I'm doing anymore.
These dunes do have doors. It's just finding them.
All right. So real quick, Draco, what? How are you searching?
Mostly just trying to claw out the sand in front of me as I go around, looking specifically for any doors or anything that's obvious, like a cave entrance or stuff like that. Just passively looking, or well, actively looking for something.
Unit Draco,
Okay.
may I provide a recommendation?
Please do.
If you were to wrap your tail around the body of my mount and hoist me in the air, I could run my treads at high speed to facilitate digging process.
Can I use my gust cantrip as I'm going along and just kind of like be a leaf blower type of thing to blow off any sand that near dunes for doors?
But yes, you can. The question is, how far away from the rest of the party you're going?
Well, I'll start here and I can backtrack.
All right, if you start here and then backtrack, so is that like with this mound or this mound?
The first one over here.
Okay. So, roughly all about the same span of time. Same like 15, about like 10 minutes of time. You guys all taking different shifts. Svamp and Shinichi. You guys would locate doors here. Now, the thing about these doors, what you would know, double doors, so very similar to that first one. The one that you guys came in through the teleportation circle. However, as you start to kind of brush away some of the sand, the doors themselves appear to be made out of almost like a bronze, like an ancient bronze Very, very oxidized copper. Which is a bit odd, considering we're in the desert, and... yeah. But, yes, there is a... yeah, there is bronze doors instead of stone or wood. So that definitely sets this one apart. Well, you're over here, so I'm bringing it over here. With Gust, you would have, have uncovered a door right here. And let me take a look at this real quick. Yeah, it definitely looks like there's an opening. It's still kind of you still would need to break through, but you're not seeing like a physical like door. It's like an archway, and then the sand and then sandstone has been kind of caked in. But it could easily be broken down. But your gust of wind kind of stops there. But you do see a little bit of flooring kind of peeking out. And then the other two. Scraping around, and the other measurement you were using, you would find an entranceway here. Again, no door, and it doesn't look like it's been. Well, it looks like it's been unsealed. So as you brush away the sand, you're starting to see a bit of a like an entranceway, and kind of moving that sand out of the way. I would say you are seeing kind of a stairwell down, and with the light shining through, you do see. It appears to be a sarcophagus down there.
Damn, they got in.
But it definitely, there's crumbled rock on the ground in front of it. It definitely looks like this has been entered before.
For safety's sake, I'm going to send Rock in there. He's going to fly down, and he's going to look around, and with the specific instructions that should he see anything that looks like it was organic, in other words, a dead body, he is to come back out and wave his right wing.
So anything organic, like a dead body?
Anything organic, or let me specify, if he sees a dead body, he raises his right wing. If he sees something mechanical like a Warforged-esque creature, raises the left wing.
Okay, so your rock goes in there, flies around, and sees, returns, and it doesn't lift up either wing.
Okay. Unit Salix, I believe it is safe to search. I explained to him what I had Rock do, and I want to go in.
All right. So
this unit's oldest enemy, stairs.
It's got a layer of sand on it, so it's actually not too bad. All right, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm going to unveil this area as you guys come in. Okay, this is going kind of slow. Let's try this out. There we go. All right, so yes, there is a sarcophagus there that seems to have been entered in already. Svamp and Shinichi, we've got detect magic over here.
Yeah.
And yes, you do get actually a very strong magical aura. And as you brush away sand and the dirt and the dust off of the door, you can make out embossed in that door, like, well, it's like in the center of both doors, but it's a face of a dragon.
Ooh. Do I know what school of magic? You hate that question.
I do, because I never think about it until we get to it. All right, give me a second.
You need a sticky note on your monitor that just says, Svamp will ask.
Like
In the meantime, I'm gonna yell over, Shinichi, I found a door!
Abjuration.
Abjuration.
Nothing new.
Illusions.
You found one too? What?
Now, the doors in question, besides the face of the dragon, you're seeing like little designs around it. Like pentagrams. About a dozen. It's small. Just kind of like encircling this thing, not like a perfect circle around it, but just kind of just around the face. But this would definitely be different for you in that so far you've unsealed a few of the tombs. One of the tombs was already unsealed once you got here. None of them have been had any type of like magical aura emanating from it. It's I would say you get the sense that these doors are protected in some way.
The last time we saw abjuration was on a actual coffin lid. It was the last time we saw that, which was in
That bigger circle.
Yes, you're true.
This one, I think?
Ah, where the two destroyed med.
Yeah. I believe so.
I found another one right over there, but I'd rather stay most of us together because I don't know where the robots went.
That was a good point. Where did DRACO and Salix go?
I have no idea.
Perhaps we should meet up.
So, the three of you, what are you doing here? Got a door. There's magic.
Leader Svamp, we going in?
You guys go get the robot babies. I'm going to do gaseous form. You remember that thing where I turned into
I'm already
a mist? Yeah, well, I'm gonna do that.
All right. Well, first of all, roll me investigation.
DRACO!
To see what this door is about. If there's any gaps in the door to get inside.
Salix!
Friend Moira, over
no.
Where's over here?
That's not
5.
good.
In the dune, adjacent to that
here,
one.
I'm gonna pause it. We've got too many things.
Gotta get your mind off of.
Gosh.
That's a nat 0, isn't it?
Yes. Everybody.
No.
Everybody roll me
D6?
D6, please.
Oh, I forgot.
Oh,
about
yeah.
We're looking for 2 numbers, everybody. We're looking
Watch
for 1s
Svamp,
and 6s.
like, ruin it.
6. 6 would be good. It's a fate die of sorts. So 6s mean that someone's looking good, looking out for you.
Yeah, we're averaging out
bad.
pretty well today.
Neutral.
I'm sorry. One is bad. One is
Yeah.
worst case scenario happens. But we've got 4s, a 5, and 2 3s, so it is a normal day. You have inspiration if you want to use it.
Friendos, right? Or do we still have DM also?
I don't remember what we decided.
That's why we need to play more.
Yeah.
I would love an inspiration from wherever it comes.
At least one.
Okay.
Well, Shinichi did sing us a ditty earlier.
Yeah.
So I would
Yeah.
say Shinichi and Moira haven't left yet. They're still there.
I'm just yelling over here. Brobits, get here! Get!
So Svamp, you start to take a look at it, and I don't know, it just doesn't look. It's just kind of confusing.
I don't know. Is there a gap in this door? Do y'all see a gap in this door?
Do I see a gap in this door?
Yeah, can I? That's my in-character way of trying to get y'all to give me an inspiration.
Yes. So you've got a choice here. You can either you can either give inspiration. Well, actually, either or would suffice, but it would do the same thing, right? So
Except
if
for
anyone
use
is
up an
proficient,
inspiration.
well, right. But
So intelligence
if you
will someone
help,
else.
if you help, and you're proficient in investigation, then Svamp can re-roll and take the new roll. Basically rolling at advantage. Or give it inspiration. Would do the same thing.
I mean, I can give inspiration.
I am not proficient.
I am not proficient in investigation.
Yeah.
So it'd just be a normal reroll.
Mm-hmm.
I can
This
give
would be a
you
good
I can give
situation
you
for
strong
Draco.
words of advice and motivation and tell you to look harder and
You got this, dude.
yeah.
Okay. So it's just normal reroll. Here we go. That's
Oof.
worse.
No, that's
All right,
Alright,
so that's the 5.
Yeah, that's worse.
You know what?
Um,
Take a look at that. How about I just take a look?
Okay, you look. Do you see?
well,
do you see-
if you guys are all in the same area, like we're just doing the one because no one's proficient in investigation, correct? So
Mhm.
yeah, we'll just leave it at that. But going to get the robots might make sense. But yeah, Svamp, you're not seeing any openings in the door. You're not seeing really any damage on this door. Like the copper is oxidized, but that's just an exterior thing. Like just kind of like running your hands over it, it just feels solid.
All right. Well, let's go get the boys, I guess.
All right. So while that is occurring, the two Warforged have entered into the mound here. What are you guys doing?
Searching around, seeing if anything's in the coffin, there's anything on the walls that we need to be aware of, any such thing like that.
Yep.
All right. The sarcophagus is damaged. But it actually, you have seen a coffin that was damaged before. This looks very similar. But the one that where Al actually you weren't in there. I take that back. You weren't.
No, I was never in there.
Yes, it just looks cracked. But based on how it looks set up, it definitely looks something that you could just like lift off and kind of slide off. But whoever plundered this mound just tried to break through the top of the sarcophagus. But there is an interesting bas relief in the top of the sarcophagus. It looks like dancing skeletons.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
And I take that.
This
I take that
relief
back.
sends shivers down my spine.
It's not on the lid, because really the lid's like basically off. You're seeing inside of the sarcophagus, like around the walls, are these like dancing skeletons. But there was no body inside. There was nothing inside.
Interesting. Okay. Unit Salix. I will attempt to move the lid from the sarcophagus. Would you please move out of the way so it will not hit you?
My one request was going to be that you would not drop the lid on me after you had put so much work into repairing my treads.
Wonderful. Please move to the side.
I
So,
appear
yeah,
to
you
be
move-
stuck in some quicksand.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. So you're able to fully move the lid off, and some of the light coming from the outside is allowing you a better view of the skeletons, at least on one side.
Okay.
Do the skeletons
But
appear to form any sort of pattern?
Well, it is a dark room, so having some kind of light source here might assist in making it easier to see everything.
I thought I had dark vision. I must not. I probably don't. Anyway.
You gave Svamp the power for dark vision.
That's right. So my homunculus can see in the dark. I cannot.
I have a cantrip which is produce flame.
Okay.
Wonderful.
That would work here. All right. So with that, go ahead and let's see. I'll take perception from both of you.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, wonderful. Something I'm actually proficient at.
Samesies. Perception.
Something I'm proficient at. Gets a 13.
It's
Normal
not my
roll,
best.
presumably.
My best are history and arcana at +6 each.
All right.
Best roll I've had this entire game.
Yes. Wonderful. Great job. All right. So 13 and 18. So I think what you guys would notice is, again, this is a base relief, so there's like grooves in. But I think what you would notice, Salix, for sure, is that there is one in particular that is just seems to be off. It seems to be kind of out, extended past the others. And you didn't really notice it as first, but as you're kind of moving around with your flame, you're just noticing that there's definitely a shadow being cast behind it, like from like where you're standing right now, looking at it. If it was on this side, it's just there's just a bit of a shadow there until you move around. But you're noticing that none of the other ones are extended out to the point where they're casting shadows.
Was it like a chunk of the wall is extended out, or like instead of being carved in, it's almost like it's molded out?
Yes, there's a bit of extra beveling for that one.
Mm-hmm.
By
So
now,
the edges
have we
stick out.
found them?
No, this is happening at the same time.
Unit Draco, it appears that there is a skeleton in this design which is different from the others.
Interesting. Shall I investigate further?
My thought was to perhaps have your rock poke it.
Shall we exit to a safe location for the moment?
That does indeed feel to be pertinent.
Glorious. We shall
and-
exit and send Rock in.
All right. So as Moira and Shinichi are walking around, you guys exit out, and Moira, you're able to see them. More Draco, you would hear Moira calling out for you.
Draco!
Ally Moira.
Oh, hey. What are you doing?
We are about to attempt investigation of an unusually placed skeleton carved into a sarcophagus.
What? You mean like a hieroglyph in a sarcophagus?
More like a statue of a hieroglyph in a sarcophagus, but skeletal in nature.
It appears to be some kind of mechanism. We wish to test this. I was going to send in my homunculus rock
okay.
to interact with it. So I go ahead and send Rock in.
Yes. So Rock goes in and begins to peck at it. And instantly dies. No, nothing happens.
Yes, he disappears. What?
Gotta get another ruby now.
Well, I got that one for free.
Yeah, nothing happens. It just kind of pecks at it, and then after like a minute, it stops and just looks back towards you guys.
This is just like a statue sitting in a little.
No, this is
little
actually
section.
carved into the. This is carved all around the walls of the inside of the sarcophagus.
But instead of this one being carved in, it protrudes out.
So it's
It
a
almost
relief.
Yeah.
So it's a button.
A
Well,
button?
it's a base relief, but then yes, there is one that extends
It's
out.
a skeleton.
Yeah.
It's a.
It's an outie skeleton
It's called
Yes.
a relief.
instead of an innie skeleton.
That's called a relief.
Yeah.
He's
Um,
just chilling.
I guess Rock's just not big enough to interact with it correctly.
That could indeed be the case. If size is the issue, perhaps we should send in Leader Svamp.
Yeah, sure.
I shall
Alright, so
follow
by
leader.
hold on. I need to correct the record here. All right. So my understanding of base relief was not accurate. Okay, so I would say they're all engraved. They're all innies, but there is one that is a base relief. But it looks the same, except for you just happen to notice it because it passed. It cast a shadow. But okay.
Okay.
So you guys want
So
to
you
enter
want
in?
me to go touch the relief statue?
I'll be the one to touch it since we found it.
Whoever's got the most health should touch it.
Hi.
DRACO is hoping to test out his new modifications.
That
Yes,
sounds about
actually.
right.
Actually, though, with my almost 60 health,
Watch him insta die though.
and
Hi, Draco.
This unit will step off to the side.
I'm good where I am.
this unit has many features to protect himself. If instant death happens, it will be very sad. But yes, I go in and I press the base relief, or fiddle with it till something happens, if something does.
Okay. Describe fiddle.
Try to push it, move it, turn it.
To the limit.
Push it, pull it, twist it.
All of these
All
things,
right.
like a bop it.
Very good. So yeah, you try to push it, nothing happens. You put a little bit more strength in it, still nothing happens. You kind of feel around it, and you do feel like there's a little bit of a separation between it and the edge. So there is a bit of a groove around it. You start to turn it.
Is there a gap?
And it turns.
It's spin.
Wonderful. I continue.
So you
spinning.
turn it counterclockwise, and you hear a click. And as you do that, you almost feel like a little give, because your hands on it. It almost feels like it's starting to pull itself in towards the wall of the sarcophagus.
Okay. Allied Leader Svamp. It has moved.
Did it do anything?
Not yet. I will continue my investigation.
Why are we fiddling with this thing?
So do
I
you try to
continue
push
to
it?
do it. Yeah.
That's our job, is to explore
Yeah,
it.
So you turned it like 90 degrees. You can feel a little bit give to it. You push it, and you hear another click, and dust begins to fall from the back wall. As another door opens.
A door has opened.
Huh?
And I
A
go.
door has appeared.
And with light coming in, Draco, you would see there is a staircase that goes down.
Worries. It continues underground.
What?
It is a staircase.
Do these stairs also have a ramp of sand to assist in my travel down?
Negative.
Are you Salix?
Rat.
Ride
Yes.
Draco?
Do you require assistance again, Unit Salix?
Assistance is not necessary, but may be preferred.
How heavy are you?
Very well. Climb upon my back.
They have merged.
I assume he's
We
still
are
holding the
one.
flame.
I hope so, so you
Presumably.
can see.
If you're still holding the flame, then
Yes.
I will.
Yes.
Then I will endeavor down the hole.
She can see where you're going, yeah. Send the robots first. They don't have soul. What?
I do
All right,
too. You know that.
Who is following?
Me.
Is everyone following?
Swamp first.
This unit does not wear
Yeah.
shoes and therefore does not have
Keep it
souls
together.
like many of the rest of you.
See, Salix knows what I'm talking about. I think we're gonna get along just fine, you and me, Salix.
This unit has claws. He does not wear shoes.
This is why I like the robots so much.
Thank you, nice one.
Oh, thank you.
Yep.
All right.
Nice one,
so
uh-huh.
You guys are gonna travel down.
Yes, leader.
Yep.
Accepted.
And it
Mhm.
goes down a
Mhm.
good 30 to 40 feet.
At least Shinichi being the rock
Um,
star is definitely accurate.
And goes to a bit of a landing. And at the end of a landing is what appears to be a dead end.
I search.
Dead end. Yeah, search that. It's hammer time. I still have that sledgehammer you made. I will tackle this wall.
Okay. How
Let me
long
know if-
do you want to spend searching this?
I want to be very thorough.
You wanna
Or
be
can you
very
do another
thorough.
check for magic whatever thing? Swamp?
Yes. Yes, I can.
Yeah, that thing.
Da-da-da-da.
I was like, I could get that spell if I wanted. And I was like, nah, I got swamp. It's okay.
Swamp. I'm almost always
Right.
detecting magic.
Like a walking detector. Beep,
Mhm.
beep,
It's
beep.
just what Furbolgs just kind of do that.
Just look out for the clicking sounds. That I've heard that's bad.
Mm.
All right. No magic detected in the hallway.
Yeah, I want to be methodical.
No magic detected in
search,
the hallway. Yeah.
search everything I can.
It seems like it's a false wall,
Oh,
I like Swamp.
and
Mm-hmm.
Can you please grab the sledgehammer from friend Moira?
yeah, you're stronger. Have it.
Yeah, give me that.
a false wall, as in it could be moved. Not necessarily broken down. Yeah.
It can be moved. Sledgehammer it.
Break it. All right. I tried to move the wall.
A sliding door.
In the meantime, while they're doing this, I'm explaining to Shinichi what our job is here, so he's brought up to speed.
Ah, yes, that would be nice because I've been following along. Yeah,
I know. Yeah, we're just supposed to clear out. There's some undead, stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. We were here like a week ago.
Yep.
Shinichi, do you know about the song about the false door?
Maybe? I can make one.
Please do regale us with your tunes once you have crafted.
Appropriate preparation time.
Yeah, okay. I pull out my lute and I start singing about, walls that aren't actually walls and doors that aren't actually
beautiful.
doors. And yeah.
Amazing.
It got real spooky real fast.
I know it did. Everything went dark.
Oh no.
I don't know if I brought you guys over to where you are, but I'm pinging. You should see your tokens.
Yes,
I'm
I do.
here.
Yeah.
I see a single wall, a single
I
lane.
appreciate being in the back. Thank you.
And but yes, you're able to move the wall, and it opens up into what appears to be a larger chamber.
I'm going 1 block in.
Holy.
All right, you go 1 block in, and because there's no light, you can't see anything.
Salix is on my back with the flame.
Yeah.
Well, that's true. I guess I can move both of you at the same time. This would be difficult.
You see anything, boys?
All right. So Draco, you see a door. This is a mostly empty room. There's a layer of dust on the ground. And you can definitely see it as you look down, that you're kind of kicking up some of this dust.
Can I check for traps?
I have a spell that does that.
Oh, do that, please, Svamp.
Yep.
And there's no traps in the hallway where you guys are. But Draco, the other thing you're going to notice is kind of carved out of the wall is a little bit of a statue, and it is it starts to kind of look like it almost looks draconic, but the face just looks off.
I want to go up to it and just not investigate, I guess technically it is, but see if there's anything I understand about it with my innate knowledge of dragons.
Okay. And what is everyone else doing?
I just
did a detect trap thing, find traps. I just did find traps.
Traps.
Yes.
Okay.
Within my line of sight.
Let's see. Did you put that in the chat? Good. Let me read it. Sense the presence of any trap within range that is within line of sight. A trap for the purpose of this spell includes anything that would inflict a sudden or an unexpected effect you consider harmful or undesirable. Okay.
Shinichi's playing does not count as harmful or undesirable.
No,
yes,
from their perspective, it isn't. So
there is no trap. No trap in this room.
All right. Wee.
Okay.
I'm looking for anything of value / if there's pots with coins in it, like the previous one.
Just remember, if you find a corpse, don't do anything disrespectful to it because it might come alive and beat you to death.
No, I don't take from corpse. I take from pots that have coins in it.
I know, but these folks, not everyone was here last time to know that there's a protective curse on all the things.
Or something.
No, it's a protective curse. I got the, but
I mean, the other corpse woke up without us touching it. That's why I'm saying something.
Inquiry.
Okay.
When these corpses awaken, do they stare you dead in the eyes?
No, they kill you.
they don't have eyeballs, Salix.
But do they stare you dead in the eyes?
They're not sheep. Oh, two can play at that game.
I appreciate Shinichi's joking over here.
So it was about 10 o'clock in the morning by the time you guys finally got out here. Searching around, I would say we're looking at closer to 10:30. And as you guys look around this room, there is nothing on the ground except for dust, which you are easily kicking up as you move. Draco, looking at the statue, you see almost like a similar concept to what was above, where the one was just kind of jet out a little bit. That's kind of like how this is like carved out of the stone. But you would notice that on either side of this draconic type figure, again, face is a little off, almost like kind of smushed in. It is holding 2 bags on either side, so it's like as if it's like stepping forward out of the wall, and it's got 2 bags, and the bags are kind of like half set into the wall, but there are grooves around it, as if like there was a little bit of carving around the individual bags. They look made out of stone, just like the statue.
I'm just going around with
Moira,
my gust.
you would notice. Yeah, you would notice the statue as well. You're going around with gust. You're a gust of wind. Oh,
yes,
gust,
please.
Gust. All right.
So that I can see anything that's like hidden. I don't want to be like too much gust, and it's a cantrip, so it can't be anyways. But just enough so I could see anything written in the walls or buttons, stuff, you know.
Okay, you don't get a sense of anything on the ground moving except for the dust. The dust kind of pushes up against the door. The door in front of you, Svamp, so down to the south, there is doesn't seem like there's any gap, but it's very obvious that there is a small gap underneath this door. The other thing that you would notice with gust as you're just gusting about is that the bags on the statues move in the wind.
What?
They just kind of like ripple almost.
Whoosh, whoosh.
Like it's like a material on the statues and not just a statue?
Yes. It's like a material.
Can I tell what type of material? Like, is it armor? Leather armor?
I mean, it almost acts as if maybe like a leather.
So they might be skeletons that are going to kill us if we touch them?
Well, it's the one statue holding 2 bags, and the bags seem to be made out of leather from your vantage point.
I want the bags, but I'm terrified. Terrified. I'm gonna tell the group, you know, there doesn't seem to be much in here, but this door over here looks like it might be easy to open. There's at least airflow if you want to come try that.
I would like to, on the statue, touch it and cast Identify.
Oh, okay, at least you have that.
On the statue. Okay. Did we have Detect Magic still running down into this room?
No,
I take that back. That's
only
that only lasts for 10 minutes. So yeah, you would have to cast it again.
I can do that. That's fine.
I was just really just curious if you were already detecting magic.
It's got
right,
a 10-minute, and then it's just also, it doesn't mind. I don't mind doing it all the time. It's fine.
Yeah. Okay, so you sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of you. 30 feet, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay. All right. So I would say as your
That's ominous.
instead of casting identify, if detect magic is going to be always running kind of thing, then we might as well just use that. So you would know the statue is not magical.
Okay.
However, walking around the room, especially if you were standing against this southern door, you would know that you would get a sense of magic beyond this door, and conjuration is the school.
Okay.
But no other magic as you move around.
There's magic down this way.
But there's none on this statue then.
I think I think maybe just a hunch. I don't have actual evidence to back this up, but I have a feeling there might be another teleportation spot down behind this door.
You think?
I think. I'm not sure, but I think so.
Well, can we even get in the door? It seemed pretty sealed.
I don't know. I can probably get behind the door near where you are, Moira, because you said there's a gap underneath it, but I can't get beyond the door. Do we want to try?
Just to confirm, if you tried to open up the doors, yes, they did not open up, because I need you to tell me what you're doing before you do it. So you can try to open up that door if that is what you would like to do.
I'd like Svamp to disappear under the door and see what she can see.
Yeah, let's...
And be safe.
Yeah, let's gaseous form this left door first.
The other side of the sand dune was all that she could see.
Okay. Let me double check. So, I just want to state some things. So, Svamp, your passive perception is pretty decent. Moira, similar. And you're both looking at this door. Let's see what everyone else's is. Salix, you're about the same. And, okay. So, Svamp, just passively listening as you're looking at the southern door. No sound, no smell, nothing of the sort. But Moira and Svamp, as you get to this door and you start like looking at that opening at the bottom, thinking about doing gaseous form, you both are going to sense two things. First is almost a bit of a rotting smell coming from the other side.
Okay.
And the other is you do hear something moving. It doesn't seem close to the door, but it's close enough that the sound is audible. But there is movement somewhere on the other side of this.
Svamp, do you hear that? Does your gaseous form keep you in gas? I forgot how it works.
I am...
I don't want you to go in there and reappear and get ganged on whatever is walking in there.
Might I make suggestion? If we can find way to open the door, I can send Rock through.
How small is Rock? Can he go underneath the crack in the door?
He is a small creature. I don't believe he is that small.
No. Can we gaseous form Rock? And see through his eyes?
not opposed to the concept. Let's read the spell.
Oh. That would be cool if we can gaseous form other things so that we don't get hurt.
Yeah. Well, I think it said creature. So yeah, you transform a willing creature. Would the rock be considered a creature?
It is friendly to me and my allies.
Yeah, but is there any line in there about creatures?
It is not sentient.
There you go. Now it's in the chat.
So let's look at Homunculus Servant. Okay, well, it does say the item you infuse serves as the creature's heart. So, because it is written in such a fashion, I would say it is considered a creature.
Okay.
Wow. We've upgraded.
So now
we
the
have
issue
stealth drones.
the issue is that
I don't know if the heart will turn into gas.
No, it's the same. Yeah, it's all one thing.
How is it going to get the information back to us, or?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
Unless it gets damaged, it would just fly back through. If it gets damaged, or like doesn't come back, then we know it's dangerous in there.
Okay, all right. So
we'll pitch in if you need to buy another jewel.
It's very much a Noah's Ark situation.
Homunculus Servant cannot speak. It can understand a language that is spoken to it, but it cannot speak.
But he can see through it, can't he?
No, I don't think so.
I thought I saw that.
That is find familiar. But I don't think it can.
What if I go in as a gaseous form? What if I go in as a gaseous form, right? And if something hits me and I have to ungaseous form, if y'all hear me yell real loud, bash the door and come save me.
What is the door made of? Is it just stone?
Or we could just bash the door in and run in.
Don't like that.
The doors are made out of stone.
Like that.
It's better than you going in alone and possibly getting attacked.
Here's the thing. If I go in as gaseous form, it doesn't see me, whatever's moving around, and I come back as gaseous form, then we have tons of information, and we didn't go rushing in.
Okay, true. Fine. So, go.
Can I make a second note, just so we understand this? There's 2 bags on this statue. Mm-hmm. What if removing one of them just opens the door?
That's a very funny idea.
Or it's gonna kill us.
Well, no one has tried to open the doors, as far as I'm aware. As far as I'm aware, no one has tried to open up the doors. They have not taken the action
tried to open
so.
the bottom one.
No, I just can tell from my gust what's sealed and what's not, which is the only reason why I'm like, this door is actually possibly openable.
Well, I mean, not necessarily sealed, that there's just no gap under the door, but you definitely sense the gap under this door.
Yeah.
But again,
oh.
You
What'd that do?
Try to open up the doors.
I clicked on it.
You clicked on the door? Did it open?
I clicked on it.
Okay.
It made a
noise.
noise.
Are you trying to open the door? Yes. It is.
I clicked it.
I have locked it.
Svamp was trying
are you trying to open it? Okay.
Yes.
Go ahead and try to open up the door.
Oh, it just opens. What do you know?
Wait, did we hear anything on the side of the door before she opened it?
No,
no, it was all silent, but there was some magic behind it.
Okay.
Oh, and as Salix moves in, there is a transportation circle there.
You are right, yeah.
I got the smarts.
I don't know about that, but no, I'm kidding.
And more as you walk in,
Salix,
there is a very large creature in this room.
Oh, you just go in. Why did you do that? Why did you do that?
You went in.
Why did you do that?
You can't just run away.
All right. Stop hitting the door. Everyone get in here.
Why did
You're
you do
the
that?
one that went all the way
Leave
in
the
there.
squishy sorcerer alone with this thing. You can't do
that.
this.
Why did y'all go
All right.
in? You could have just opened the door and knocked on it.
He just
Why'd y'all
went
do
into
that?
the teleportation circle.
I couldn't see anything.
Why did
All
y'all
right.
do that?
There's there's
I
a
was trying to
transportation
get-
circle in here.
Oh, is that the thing I
The
saw
other thing
that
you're
one
gonna
time?
notice is that large
No, it's the thing I saw.
Warforged like construct. You see the spikes. The bodies are not on it, and it is just standing in the corner.
It's the
Not
thing I
moving,
saw.
not reacting. But yes, it is the thing you saw, and that is where we'll end for tonight. We'll have to pick back up next time.
No, I am good with going later. I swear.
I'm fine with going later.
I am fine with going later.
Cliffhanger. Yeah, I am too.
I'm not.
I'm fine with killing this thing and then ending.
I'm not fine. I'm not fine with
What?
no.
That's very funny. Oh man.
Moira's huddled in the corner crying because Draco left her here alone with whatever that thing is.
To be honest, I literally did not see it. I went in and only half the room was open. I thought there was a wall. Yeah. And then I pulled down. I'm like, oh no.
You literally.
That was after. I pulled down after
It required Salix. It required Salix to come down with the light.
Oh my god, because I have dark vision. This is true. I have dark vision. So I saw that thing and I was like in the corner waiting.
Very good.
Oh boy.
And I'll close the door. Close you in.
Yes, in here!
Oh.
Why?
Stuck now.
Oh, that thing's gonna have so much health.
I know.
Oh.
And we were trying to get in the other room. Probably had just normal undead. You know, it probably would have been fine.
But okay.
If only we had tried
it's
to
not
touch
moving.
the
It's not
bags
on.
instead.
We'll go ahead and call it here. So thank you everyone in the live chat.
Sounds good.
It's been a pleasure. Hopefully you enjoyed. Again, if you wanna know everything else that's been going on, if it's your first time watching, you can head on over to agentsofB.com, and that'll give you a list of all the latest episodes, as well as links to the podcast, so you can listen to the series if you would prefer doing that. But that's it. Thank you, everyone.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you. Thank you,
Thank you.
everybody.